Welcome to the Tournameta Podcast, episode 8. 8, right? Yes. All right, I lost track for a second, and I didn't want to sound like a complete idiot. Today we've got Ari.
Hello.
This was one of the very requested ones. You are
Really?
a requested human being, yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Me?
It was like Shadru. It was like people would just message me and be like, hey, so when are you getting Ari on? And then like we'd have somebody else on, and they message me again, and they go, that wasn't Ari.
That's the best. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, no, so you're very much loved.
I'm actually blushing right now.
Oh, yeah. And we have you here. Last time we had it overseas. Not overseas, over the country.
Oh, yeah.
So
Little Z?
Yeah, it's really nice to have someone back who's here.
Yeah.
We get the whole chemistry going.
Mm-hmm.
So, I didn't really come in with big topics to talk to you about because I like to have like, this is what we really want to talk about during the podcast and ask people about specific questions.
Yeah.
But then I feel like it gets too serious. I want to just talk to you about the game.
Yep.
Mostly, and just things that have been going on.
Okay.
So why don't you tell me about what's been going on with you in the world of Smash or your world lately?
Lately?
Oh, yeah. What have you been doing?
Lately, pretty much lately I've been, in terms of Smash, like practicing probably like twice a week.
Jesus.
Tuesday, then Thursday.
Actually practicing?
Yeah. Well, practicing as in just like friendlies, but with the intent
Right.
of applying specific
Yeah.
things that I've been like wanting to get good at. And then just coming at every tournament that I possibly can.
And smashing. You've been doing really well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to see, it's so many times I would, like, come a week and then just drop out at 17th and then be, like, over the weekend, just be like, oh, I'm so bad. Like, I'm
It's so grim.
Yeah.
You ever go to sleep and you're, like, thinking back on your sets? And just
Yes.
Like,
and then
you're, like, dead asleep, and then you just go, fuck, I should have done that.
Yeah,
and you
and
wake up.
And then the next day, I'll look on Twitter, and Shadru will have posted a clip.
Yeah.
100% chance that it's me in the clip.
Yeah.
And I'm like, why was I jumping there?
Yeah.
Like,
And then you just, you have to reflect on it until the next tournament.
yeah. And then I'd build the confidence back up as the week went on. Driving down on the Friday, I would be like, no, I'm feeling real good this Friday. Like, I was hitting everything I wanted. And then 17th again.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck.
Eventually it got too much, right? And then now you're just like...
Yeah.
Okay, so me and my brother Ira were talking about this recently, and I had to do this thing for university where I had to make a post about like career improvement or something. It was an internship subject, and the thing I posted is how to get good at video games, and it had Daigo's book.
Oh.
Yeah, as sort of like the inspiration.
The will
about,
to keep on winning?
That's it.
Yeah.
As the inspiration of the book. And one of the things that he talks about is like the different levels. But once you get to the top level, you have what he calls like the secret to winning that you only know when you know it.
Yeah.
And I thought about it, and look, I'm not a winner like in Daigo's book. But the feeling I think he's talking about is that like dig deep, like absolute indestructible mental.
Okay, yep.
And that's when I think of that feeling, I think of you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because when we haven't played much in competitive, but you've always had like that never give up until it's over kind of mentality, right?
Yes.
So when you've been playing these sets and you've been like doing better, what do you think's changed the most? Is it just the practice, or maybe you have more of that feeling?
Well, it's funny. Okay, it's like such a specific experience that I had there was obviously not the most recent Rambat, the Rambat before.
Yeah.
But a couple of tournaments before that had happened where I would, say I would get to the point where I get to play against someone like Shadru or Sadawa or Ben Gold, like I've made
Big
it past
names.
the first few rounds.
Yeah.
And
the end game.
And then like, I don't know, it's the weirdest thing. It's like, I'll start playing and then like I'll get more and more. The only word I got to describe it is furious.
Yeah.
Like, I'll feel like I'm furiously trying to win. And then when I do win, that set, say, against Ben, to then I'm now going to play Sadow or something like that.
Yep.
I go into that next set carrying that same, like,
Anger.
I don't know,
Fury.
curiosity.
Yeah.
And so but that only comes in like brief moments. Whereas like in round one, I'll be nervous as shit. I'm like, I can't drop this set, and I've lost the first stock, and like
you're playing like dribbly and slow
and so maybe that's what he means. I don't actually know, but yeah.
Yeah, I think that's definitely true. I haven't felt that much. One of my problems when I play, I don't. This might be like the best advantage for you is that when I would get angry or furious, sometimes it would work out really well because I'd be like, "How dare you try and do that on my shield? You can't do that. Like I know how to punish you. You're disrespecting me," and then get angry that way. And other times I'd go, "This is bullshit, dude. Like this is complete bullshit."
I know exactly the feeling of having standing at ledge with my back rolled as far back as I can with my shield at half, with Shadru going off the down tilts into my shield, and I'm like, I can't jump, I can't roll, I can't even ether out of shit.
This is bullshit.
Yeah, and I'm like, and then in those situations, I'm like, this is bullshit. But I feel like getting a handle on that tilt feeling of like the moment you think, oh, their character's bullshit, it's not fair, and you let that feeling grip you,
it's a spiral.
You lose it. And so I feel like so many times a set could have gone one way or the other, completely dependent on whether or not I bit back that feeling of like, fuck Snake's up tilt, or you know what I mean?
Exactly. Yeah. And then, like, that's the kind of thing that like pushes meta as well. Like people who have the best mental, you'll see that like you'll talk to them and be like, hey, like, what do you think about this broken OP move? And he's like, yeah, it's like super busted, but at the same time, like, if you learn how to beat that, you just destroy most snakes. Like, a lot of people who figured out, like, the broken moves become the best at it.
Yeah, yeah. Because it's like, that's one of the things that they will be relying on so much. It's obviously itself is going to be a good move or a good set of moves, but also then there's the factor of it tilting the other person.
Yes.
And when it, like, that's another level that you can lose on, because you're not a computer that's inputting into the game. You're a person that's interpreting a situation that's happening to you as well.
Do you ever notice when you tilt others?
Oh yeah,
yeah.
How
do you feel about that?
Okay, so it completely depends on who it is. If it's someone like Kenny, I don't know why, but for some reason with Kenny, it's like we have this understanding where like he has I have no problem with him taunting on me, for example.
Yeah.
And if he's fucking me up, like, I don't know, like he'll do something really good and I'll be like, that was a good spike. Like in between the games. And so if it's Kenny, I'm happy. I'll he's going to air dodge. I'll just repeatedly spam it on him.
Just like keep getting him with the same thing. Fuck you, Kenny.
Whereas I don't know, if it's someone like, say, like one of my training partners, like Kyle Weeb or Tom, or like if
you feel bad,
I feel and so, but like no matter what, I have a rule with myself on that. It doesn't matter. I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
You need to learn how to deal with this. This is going to help you anyway, right?
Yep.
So yes, I feel guilty, but no, I don't change how I play in response to that.
I feel bad sometimes. When you feel guilty, do you ever feel like it affects your play? Like you're just like, I should stop using this move?
No, never. Especially not in bracket. I feel like I know it's funny. It's like I always, when I was like coming to tournaments, but not really getting any results, I always used to like look up to people like Ben Gold and Sadar and Shadra and stuff. And I feel like, I think Sadar was the person who I most
showed you the light.
He the way he, like, I remember he would just go through the process of like, we rock off, and then he would be like, yep, I'm staying Lucina or Marth or whatever it was.
Yeah.
And like, he kind of showed me that it's okay to take it seriously.
Yes.
Because I've always taken sport seriously. And I realized this has just filled the role of sport. That sport's gone.
Yeah.
And so no matter what, 100% trying all the time.
Sad Hour is probably like the icon of no bullshit in our Smash.
Yes,
like,
absolutely.
He thinks things are lame, but at the same time, he will absolutely use them if it means winning.
Yep.
That kind of competitive spirit's like super good though in our scene. Like at the moment, like people have there was a problem in Smash 4, and even in early Smash Ultimate, you still see people who are like, I'm playing this character because it's cool, or don't do that because it's lame. And it's like, no, bro. Seriously, I've been down that road. I get where you're coming from. You just need to chuck that shit out the window right now. You need to play to win.
Do the broken shit. If it's broken and it's working, keep doing it.
Because this is, I think you can disagree or agree with me. You will play awesome until you run into someone who like destroys you over and over again by playing really lame.
Yeah. Yes.
And then you play lame once against them, like once, and you beat them, and you're like,
oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah.
It's so funny. It's funny against like a player, a character like Snake, or actually against more Mega Man.
Yes.
So Shitashi specifically.
Yes.
I've done this where I've gotten a stock ahead, and I've been like, now it's my turn to run away. So I go back to the platform, jump back to the second platform on PS2 or whatever we're on. Guaranteed it's going to be PS2 actually. and then he'll be shooting lemons, throwing, or maybe it's Snake throwing grenades.
Yeah.
Or maybe it's Diddy. I'm trying to camp out a Diddy.
And he's like
one peanut hits me, one grenade hits me, or one lemon hits me, and I'm like, that's it, fuck this. And then I straight away just
I'm done.
It doesn't matter that I'm a stock up. I don't care.
It took 4 seconds and then broken.
I lose it. I do lose the patience for it, but I still agree it is definitely optimal. And, yeah.
It's funny because in Queensland we've always been known as like the defensive state.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Especially through 4. Like we were known as like roll spammers earlier on, and then we were known as like hold shielders, and like the other states played more aggressive. At least that's the shtick we got.
Yeah.
And then in this one, I think some people would agree that we are still the defensive state. Yeah, Nick coming in with the agree.
Yeah.
But Australia in general is like dumb shit aggressive.
Yeah, that's what I've heard that, and it does make sense to me. Like based on comparing like VODs I watch of like overseas versus us.
And it's weird that it sort of doesn't make sense because you'll like watch someone else's VODs and you'll just be like, okay, cool, like that's what I need to do. But the time they spend like camping each other out feels like 2 seconds when it's in reality it's like 14.
Yeah.
And then when you do it, it's actually like you do it for 4 seconds and it feels like 40.
Yeah. Yes, and it's such a like I definitely understand that.
Yeah. But no, times are changing. You're coming up. You're taking out a bunch of players. Do you think that you're the first of many players? Because, okay, let me rephrase this from the start. Me and I were talking about the stages of the meta, and let's start with like an agreement of the stages of meta. At the start of the game, we all played like easy to play characters, right?
Yep.
Like Wolf and Palutena, and to an extent like Bowser and sometimes K. Rool, and like. Those ones were good because they were plug and play. And we're moving into a meta at the moment, which is all about like setups.
Yep.
And eventually we're going to be moving into like who has the best setups, like who has the best. You get a hit.
Yeah.
Like what can you get off of it out of every single move, and whoever has the best overall is just going to be the best character. Like like it did in 4 and to an extent Melee, right?
Yeah.
How far can you take a hit? How easy can you get the hit?
Okay.
And do you feel like you are coming up through, because I would say that you're on a rise.
Yeah.
Do you feel like your rise is representative of something happening in the meta right now in our scene, or do you think it's more of like...
I don't know.
Your mentality breaking through and starting...
Yeah, see, the thing is, it's like, honestly, the on the receiving end of it, I feel like I've just been doing the same thing for a year of practicing on Thursday and sometimes on Tuesday, coming to every tournament that I can.
Yeah.
Never not entering bracket because I don't feel confident. I will just enter anyway and then bomb out, or enter anyway and then somehow find myself in top 8. Like, what the fuck?
I can't do that.
Yeah, and I just did that over and over again, and then all of a sudden I just started losing.
Yeah,
and then it's like that then opened up the whole thing of like, now I can consistently get to verse Shadru. How can I beat Shadru specifically? But yeah, I don't know about in terms of the meta. I don't know.
Progressing.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't have like a handle on that.
Well, for anyone listening, I wouldn't. If you're thinking like, oh, I've got to play a character who's going to be on that 3rd stage where every hit counts. Don't fucking worry about it, because Queensland will never get past the 2nd stage, because you'll never have knowledge good enough as a top level player to be able to be like, all right, this character, I know all their setups and I know how to play around all of them, and I can use my character to convincingly beat them because I know my character's setups better than theirs, or so on and so forth.
So you reckon that's the end stage meta, and you reckon we won't get there?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't think many scenes actually... I think top level play gets close to that, where like the top tiers really, really super duper matter.
Yep.
I think that like that at the top competitive level, you get at that point. But I think in most scenes, like smaller scenes, never. Right?
I guess to an extent I can understand that, just because what will happen is you'll have a person who is simply outplaying everyone that they play.
Yeah.
And they're never forced to, I don't know, push their character to a limit. I mean, but I could totally...
Some characters give up. I'm sorry, but...
No, you're like, as in, you mean players? Kind of like... You mean players or characters?
Characters. Like, if you're playing a character, it'll matter. But, like, consider, like, Japan. Like, the majority of characters like played in Japan at the highest level, right? You have the highest diversity in a scene.
Yeah, they do. They play like all the technical characters. It does look super different.
And they get really good at them, and like any random will often win a tournament. Sometimes you have these outstanding players who just go on big streaks, like Ken playing Sonic and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But the majority of the time, you'll just have an example of like, okay, this is what the best my character looks like. And if I played this in my scene, I'd shit on everybody. I'd be the best player in my scene.
So you reckon, is what you're saying, if you can work out the best way to play your character, and everybody starts doing that, it becomes the character that makes the difference between whether you're winning or losing?
At the top level.
But surely, like, I feel like Smash, it's like, there's too much of a mind game element that will always be present in the game.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like poker, not quite, but like in the way that I can make them think that I think something, and that can go infinitely deep.
It exists. Like, yes, that exists. And I think that has a part to play. But imagine like Bayonetta from 4, right?
Okay, yeah. Well, there's exceptions.
Yeah, exactly, right? Those, like, she was so obviously OP, but like if you looked at the top meta, it would slowly like stagnate.
Okay, yeah.
Like Melee, right? Melee's at the point where like very few characters are super viable, and the ones that are like pushed to their limits.
Yeah.
Like it's like, how do we actually get this to the next level without using like
do you think
VDIing with the C stick and shit?
Do you think Ultimate, so maybe just the fact that there are so many characters in Ultimate that it's sort of, I mean, maybe there's going to be some characters that will general purposely, when they're optimized, be able to just win every matchup that they play in, or not, or at least go even.
Yeah.
But I feel like no matter how good someone gets with a character, you can either always beat the player, or like maybe there's just going to be another character that counters that particular character, like Game & Watch.
In Ultimate,
like,
I think you'd have the best argument for that.
Yeah.
Because of the variability of it all. But it's, I think, about time, and it's about depth.
Okay.
Some characters have a lot of depth in Ultimate, and I think a lot of less characters have a lot of depth than in 4 at the moment.
Oh, okay.
I can't really say what that is. It's just like a shitty opinion. Like easily you can disagree, and I'd be like, look, I can see why you'd think that.
Oh.
But I think a lot less characters have higher depth. And I think it's not about like this character gets generally optimized.
Yep.
It's more about like how to use the majority of the tools so that this character can counter the majority of play styles.
Yeah, I gotcha.
That's why Diddy Kong, I think, was in Smash 4 Boomers weird chant. It is a Smash 4 Boomers chant right now.
Somehow it always comes back.
This is true, though, because like, think about it. Like, the best characters aren't the best because they do one thing really well.
Yep.
Those are good characters. The best characters are the best because they do everything really well.
Yes, I
or
agree.
just like well enough that they can like beat other characters.
Yeah.
And
well, I don't know. With it, I feel like I will just, at this point, I'm naive because I don't think I fully understood the game when I played Smash 4, and I would just like kind of the comparison I always think of it is like, you know how like you have people who can run the 100-meter sprint like super fast, right? And then you could get one of those and put them on like a football team, and under a very specific set of circumstances, guarantee they're going to score a try or whatever.
The perfect game plan.
But obviously, the conditions need to be right for that person. They are not a better football player just because they're super fast.
Right.
I think in the way that an athlete is good, I think that is like how you kind of start when you're playing Smash. You become like, you can be mechanically or execution-wise really good at the game.
Yes.
I think that's what I was in Smash 4, but not in terms of the actual technique. I didn't understand mind games. I didn't think about baiting or anything.
Yep.
So I'm naive in that sense, right? But I'm super, super optimistic about the depth of Ultimate. I do think that there is a depth with everything. Because I know just like every week I keep bumping into a new thing. I'm like, oh, I never noticed that this move was active for this many frames. That means I can cover these options and like
do this.
It just seems like there's a never-ending well of options that I can reach into and grab out a new tool to solve a particular situation with Ike. The simplest, big, swordy, hitty guy. Like,
but then you start to make everything go a mile, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's like what Infiltration says. If anyone doesn't know Infiltration, he's like one of the best Street Fighter players of all time.
Yeah.
He would say like, if there was a patch that changed a move, and they would like make it do less knockback or whatever, right? He would look at it and be like, that's not what the patch says. What the patch says is, I'm going to mess around, I'm going to fuck around with this move as much as I possibly can, and then find its uses, and then use them for myself.
Okay.
So he's somebody who does what you do, is like, oh, this has super long lasting frames.
Yep.
How can I use that? that particular thing in my advantage. And that's how you like break open a character and be like, okay, all the moves are on the table now. Where can we use any of them, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Like that's to me, and I feel like no matter what, I like, just because I haven't looked into other characters other than Mewtwo and Ike, I can see, you know, someone like Pac-Man, surely he's going to have fucking something for every situation. I mean,
well, we thought that in 4 too, and I look back.
I don't know, and it just seems like I don't know, Ike's frame data is so straightforward, but there's always something. Yeah. So I mean, that's in my head, he's that simple. Yet I feel like I'm just realizing how much I don't know.
Yeah.
So surely for the other characters, that's what makes me optimistic that there's another 73 or whatever other options.
I hope that's the case. And like a lot of people will find, you see like character specialists are more willing now to like go in to push their character than they were before. I think before it was just like, who's the top tier? Let's follow what other people are doing.
Yeah.
Now on that topic, let's not compare the past. Let's talk about the what we see now. What are some of the trends you see like at the moment, like with Ultimate kids and like the way that they're playing? Do you see anything that's like starkly different, and how would you like describe how they are at the game?
Different to Smash 4?
Yeah, I mean, don't dig into Smash 4 too much, because I don't want to get called a boomer again. It hurts my heart. But let's talk about like what's going on in there.
Well, one definite trend that I've noticed is that people like newer, say like mid-level players, will have a tendency to say they'll start using a character, they'll get some mild success with the character.
Yeah.
Then they'll be hit with a new situation that their character's blunt object tool doesn't solve immediately, and they go, "It didn't work.
Fuck it, new character."
Yeah. It's not me, it's the character.
Yes.
And it's I don't want to say the word lazy is a bit too strong, but to an extent there's a bit of laziness in that sense.
Yes.
And I feel like you no matter what, you're going to hit those situations where you're like, there's nothing I could do. Yeah. There's just nothing my character could do to solve that situation. Like, but there just always is.
It's like, you don't know.
Yeah, I know, but I do know, like, obviously, like, to some extent, it's going to be like, oh, well, you know, you're playing, like, I think Ike's definitely high tier. Like,
no, I mean, like, when you're talking to the Ultimate kid, you're like, you don't know what impossible is.
Oh, right. Yeah.
You have no idea. But, like, it's definitely true. Like, I think that happens a lot with newer players in Smash in general. Like, they pick something up and then they're like, well, they realize how much they have to do. It's not that, like, this is impossible. It's like, the things I'd have to do to beat this is like, I'd have to practice this, and I'd have to get good at that, and I'd have to play the way I don't want to play. And screw that, I'm just going to find something else.
Yeah. And I mean, it's not to say, like, obviously, I think I'm not like a solo main purist. That's crazy. I definitely think like dual main, maximum 3, but probably 2. I think maybe even just 2. Like, that's fine. I think that is not someone being lazy. That's someone being smart. But I do find there are certain players that I'm like, why are you trying a new character for this matchup? You should just struggle through it with your current character. It will help you evolve.
Yeah. Like imagine if you play your worst matchup like 30 times in a row.
Yeah,
and then or whatever it is, and then you get better at it, and then you play a matchup that's easier.
Yeah,
like you actually just shit on it.
I remember versing. It happened. It's happened to me like at least 5 times. It 100% happened with Spammage. That was the biggest, strongest example where I went to a Smash by the beach, and he just destroyed me. I was like 3-0, but it was not even like a close 3-0. It was like I got messed up at the ledge. Like he, the little like little ice.
The ice is just being spammed, and you just go, what the
and so like I remember Leap driving back, being like, all right, so maybe I'm going to pick Mewtwo back up for that matchup. And like I was just like, he could go off stage. Like I could punish, I could deal with, I could reflect everything. And then I just was like, no. That after I like the salt had worn off, I was like, no, there's definitely like, I mean, I've got a big sword. There's definitely a way. And they just always ended up being a solution to it. Like for example, when Nana up B's to ledge, she sets up the timing perfectly for when Popo's about to snap.
Yeah.
I can just be holding Eruption and on reaction hit Popo. So it's not
because you can see Nana and then let it go.
Which most people think Eruption is like easy because you can just react, but you can't. You can only react to certain characters, and the ones that you can react to their recovery, that's where it's like Eruption invalidates.
Yeah.
Eruption's Ike's neutral B, by the way. I know you know, just for other people.
Everyone listening.
So just an example, in that matchup, I found this fucked tool that I've been using on Spammage. I'm sorry, but I had to do it. So I feel like there's always a way. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, no, it's like Eruption's one of those moves that like it has way more lag going into the move than people expect. People are sort of like, oh yeah, this is easy. I'll just pop this one, and then you start trying to time it. And it's like, oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah. One of the things that you should try if you're like trying to get around a matchup is play like a heavy. Like I think most people should try having a heavy as like a secondary, because what you learn is you're like, okay, cool, I got big ass moves, but then once you start to get used to having a secondary, you just start to get pooed on because everyone combos you to death. You're like, okay, I got to get like 5 good moves in. And then that's how I win. And if I don't, I'm gonna get shat on.
It's funny. I've always with Ben and heavies, Ben Gold. I've always thought that Bowser suits Ben so well. Just because of the way that he's like, he sort of saves up this like big read, and it's like, and now he has the perfect tool to like apply on that read.
All of his time spent getting messed up is just download time. Until he needs it for the one. Boom.
It does, and it looks that way to me. Like, I don't actually know. I always make all these assumptions when I'm versing Ben. I'm like, I'm like scared of him. I'm like, he's got something brewing. But like, you know what I mean? But I never know.
He's in the kitchen. He's cooking something up. It's true though. Like, and you can definitely play by ear with that sort of stuff, because some players are just known by like what they do with that sort of play style. You know, like Mars will be someone who's really aggressive, and I think Ben is like a super good representative of exactly what you're talking about. Somebody who plays heavies, like he's made for them, like he's cooking up something, and then he knows he only needs those 5 hits. But those matchups will teach you that it's not about like just winning. It's not about overpowering your opponent. It's not about like zoning them out. It's all about like finding an opportunity out of a forest of just like ambiguity and getting like punished. And then that's when you realize I can make anything work. I can make Ness Palutena work. I can make Ness Rosalina work.
Ness Palutena is bad, isn't it?
I've heard it's like worse than Ness Rosalina.
Oh, is the Ness Rosalina still like that now? Like, I know that.
I don't know.
Because can't you just do the down B and eat your up B?
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah,
right?
that's. I know. When I heard about that, I'm like,
I've always thought that's really busted.
Our other resident Ness main
says yes, it's still bad.
Okay,
but Palutena, everyone says it's bad, and at the moment, like if you go into, I frequented a lot of the Discords trying to find out like what character I wanted to pick up early on in the game. I don't know if you did this. I know that you like hit Ike early, and you were playing Ike and 4, and you just sort of like stuck with Ike and you for a really long time.
You were the first person I beat in a set with Ike in Smash 4. Yeah, against your Corrin.
You played Mewtwo for like the first game, and you just went, oh.
Yeah, and then I remember swapping to Ike, and I'd be like, maybe Ike can do this.
And I went, this motherfucker is just swing so hard. Nah, but I went a bunch to the different Discords, and they'll talk about like, what matchups they lose. And I don't know if you've seen this, but every Discord talks about, we lose to the Rats, we lose to the Swordies, we lose to Zoners, we lose to the really good heavies. Like every Discord's like, we are shit. We lose to all these types of matchups. When really it's just about like, you can segment those matchups and then get good at those ones. Captain Falcon is like one of the worst characters against Pikachu. Here's another example.
Bad.
Iroh has beat like every good Pikachu in Queensland and some in other states. He has like a winning record against majority of them. It's not about losing matchups. It's about getting good at your character and understanding how to play certain matchups.
And I definitely think it's like I totally understand how at like the top level when
it is about matchups.
When players have like truly maxed out their character, but we're all sort of like so far away from that it doesn't matter too much. And if your goals are like, no, I want to be able to one day beat MK Leo, I mean, you're still going to need to start with just use one character, maybe 2, to give yourself a lens through which to view the game properly. And then you get this clarity on everything. You're like, okay, like for example, I can't tech chase properly, right? But I'm now starting to see situations where I could get a tech chase if I was Chrom. And then every now and again when I'm mucking around in friendlies, like playing Lucina or something.
Let's try this out.
You know what I mean? I'll do it and I'll be like, oh my God, I can get there. And then like, I just wouldn't have... I saw that. I saw it through the fact that I couldn't do it. Do you know what I mean?
If you had to say something to like the ultimate kids who are switching, you'd say, and this is beautiful, get a lens of which you can see the game. Like stick to something just so that you can reach a point, because it's recognizable, right? Where you are like, oh, I see the game now.
And you can see you to some extent. It's like you don't have to be able to do everything. That there can be things that you're unable to do, but now you're noticing the situation. Like getting an awareness of certain circumstances that you're in, like ledge trapping, for example, with, I don't know a character that's bad
Corin's
at
pretty
ledge.
good at ledge trapping.
Yeah, like...
Or DDD, like ledge trapping with those characters and be like, oh god, I'm the best ledge trapper. And then playing like Ness or someone else who's like okay at it, right? Like medium difficulty, and just being like, oh.
Yeah, and you kind of realize with this, once you do reach the point where you're like, I'm good enough with my one character that I can try another one, your other character in that situation, you'll be able to see like, whoa, I've got all these other tools I could use, because you're now good at accessing the tools of the character, because you've spent so long with one.
But stick to one character.
Yeah, stick to one.
Don't.
Stick, maybe two. I mean, like, I don't want to be like hardline on the one. I'm very pro. Like some people I know for a fact they've got two mains, and like Finn is a proof that works. So that's the main reason that I believe it's a thing.
But look at his mains, right? Snake, who's obviously a difficult one. Like, I'm not going to put Snakes on blast too bad. Like, Snake has a lot of like specific character tech that you want to learn. And Lucina, who I would say is, while like has a level of depth to it, like Ike, is a character that feels natural in the game. Isn't a character that like relies on character knowledge, but more on like fundamentals.
Yes, agree. I agree massively.
His dual mains make sense.
Yeah.
Don't dual main like DDD and Piranha Plant because you're like, oh, I've got two mains. I've ticked the boxes. Like, stick to things that make sense and come in with a plan.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's so easy to get romantic about the meta. Okay. We have these games here that I've written down.
All right.
We'll go into the first one, which I think is normally explain this image or a speed round. But yeah, it's speed round. Okay, so I didn't write enough questions for this one. So the way you do this is I'm going to ask you as many questions as possible.
Yep.
And you're just going to answer them. So you got to turn away.
Do I have to answer fast?
Yes.
Oh shit.
Jet has gone back and is now keeping track of scores. It's an absolute miracle. No. Right. None of you guys in chat did it when I told you to, so I'm ashamed of all of you.
What am I not looking at?
The screen.
Oh, okay.
The questions will come up so I can read them.
You.
Yeah, you can look at me.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay, yep.
Yeah. We got them. All right, and we got 20 of them. Nice. So I don't have to make any up. Sweet. All right. So Jet will tick me in, and then I'll start reading them off. What's the high score, Jet? 1 second. One answer? 1 second. He's going to find... I'm going to set you your benchmark. So you can be like, if I beat this, you are now the best at the speed round.
Yep.
These ones are designed to trip you up. So if you hit one that's like, oh, that's a little different, just let it out.
Okay.
Because you want to get that high score.
Yep, I got it. I will win.
Trying to slander me, Declan. Shake my head. I'll slander anyone I goddamn want. Shitashi won with 19. He probably had the optimal strategy going into it. But, so he's won.
He won with 19.
Yes.
Okay, yep.
So if you get them all, you can do it.
Yeah.
All right. Count me in, Jet. All right. Is Ike busted?
Yes.
What's more important, frame data or a game feel?
Game feel.
What's cooler, godlike reactions or godlike reads?
Godlike reads.
What's worst character to play against?
King Dedede.
Cats versus dogs.
Dogs.
Favorite play to watch?
Player.
Yep.
Ryuga.
Try hard and friendlies or sandbag?
Try hard.
If you had to live in another region, which one would it be?
Victoria.
Best tournament you have ever been to?
BAM, not the one that happened this year, the one year before.
Tilt stick or smash stick?
Tilt stick.
Favorite meme?
Don't have any.
Crocs or sandals?
Sandals.
Best Aussie expression?
How you going?
Peach or Daisy?
Peach.
Best waifu on the roster?
Oh, Palutena.
Best husbando?
Ike.
Favorite Pokemon?
My favorite Pokemon? Oh, that one's Charizard.
Favorite outside Nintendo Smash franchise?
Favorite outside of Nintendo what is it?
Outside of Smash franchise.
Oh,
or Nintendo.
Oh, I can't say Donkey Kong. Fuck. Counter-Strike.
All right, you got 20 because that one was out of time.
Yep.
But you got 20!
Okay.
You won!
Okay, excellent.
That one was number 21 I asked you at the end.
Oh, geez, you squeezed some deep opinions out of me then.
Yeah, like, that's the thing, right?
When you're like, worst character to play against, I was like, what? For some reason, the first thing that came to my mind was King Dedede, and I was thinking about the Gordo, and I'm like, no, that really is one of the first.
It's true, though. I hate Dedede. Everyone's like, oh, Snake. But it's like...
Oh, tell me, who else is better than Palutena, waifu-wise? I I feel like there isn't.
Well, you got a pole dancer who's really good at Smash.
Yeah, and you always get to see a little bit of leg. Like,
well, Zeus and Samus is basically wearing nothing, so she's got to be up there.
I didn't even think about her.
And then if, DLC is almost part of the question. If we get any further good DLCs,
Millis is gonna be mad.
Go to your room, son. What?
Millis plays DDD,
Oh, okay.
and he's also one of my training partners.
I thought he was mad about the waifu thing. I was like, come on, like Palutena and Zeus are both up there.
He's also gonna be mad about Palutena being the wife.
All right, that's good.
Okay.
You said game feel
Yeah,
is more important than frame data.
yeah, of course.
Well, I've always considered you someone who has impeccable frame data knowledge.
Okay, so I actually thought about this one a lot, right?
Right.
So when you play Smash, you go in and you kind of just like, you start versing people and there's this thing that just magically happens where like, say you get hit by an option a few times and then like, you don't realize you're doing it.
You learn.
You learn. Like, for example, I remember there was like this specific time where I would like hit someone with a nair at low percent, see them not go very far away from me, and without knowing it, I just had started shielding. They'd fall on me with the aerial, and then I'd shield grab.
Right.
I never, ever did that consciously. That just started happening.
Yes.
And so that, to me, is the game feel thing. You get this feel, like I can feel they're going to try and come out of the corner, so I'll bait it by jumping back. But then what happens is, a fact that can make you get better is starting to consciously recognize those situations as they come up, and then intentionally come up with a plan for what you're going to do in that circumstance. Then let that intuition side of you execute it.
Yeah.
And so the frame data is the tool you can use to come up, like, it'll
Lets you
help
prove it.
It'll help you come up with ideas like, yes, this will work because that's a -1 block, whatever. But going by game feel, that's the thing that can give you the initial idea.
Yep.
The frame data is like the proof afterwards.
I see so many players, like top players like Ben sometimes will be like, this will not be an option. He's like, doesn't want to down throw because he's like, you can perfectly mash out and then I've got like 8 frames free. And it's like, yeah, 8 frames feels like a lot with perfect mash, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time,
Who's perfect mashing?
who's perfect mashing? And also 8 frames is not a lot of time.
Yeah,
Like, especially like people were like, oh, 1 frame to do perfect pivots? That's easy, right?
Yeah.
Until they started having to do it. And then you realize, like, this is actually extremely difficult.
8 frames is nothing. Think about this. You know when someone neutral air dodges and they land and it's like, they don't have any landing lag.
Yes.
That is 10 frames of
Yes.
lag. And you're like, wait, 10 frames? And it is 10 frames. But that's just actually nothing. Like, yeah.
Yeah, frame data helps you give you a perspective, and like you said, it helps you come up with ideas when you're looking at like, okay, well, this is my best punish, and so on and so forth. But game feel, I've always thought is way more important. First time ever I thought that was when I was hanging around, and Carver, shoutouts to Carver, we were talking about frame data, and Carver said, "Shut up, nerds. You are so dumb if you think frame data matters at all." And I was like, how can this man speak such ill on the great word of Smash? Like, this is sacred texts that Kurigana Hammer has handed down into us. But he said that because, like, the only way that you're ever going to get a feel on spacing is if you learn game feel.
Yep.
Right? You're never going to be able to like see a hitbox and be like, I can use it for this, I can use it for that. Sometimes you can come up with ideas, but the only way that you're ever going to get it is through like practicing it and feeling where it goes.
Yes, I 100% agree.
And that's super important in Smash. So, yeah, I've always believed that's more important. Some people are really big on frame data, but I think the majority of people are like, yeah, I got to feel the game. I got to have the control in my hands.
Like, I'm still big on frame data though, because it's like the next step of like how you can then solve situations that your feeling isn't working out. You're like, I feel like I have no options there. That's what it feels like. So you're like, now let's go to Kurigana Hammer and find out.
Now let's consult the sacred text.
And you're like, oh
let's
wow, I can just ether out of shield that move. Like, which is almost always ends up being my answer, by the way.
I got the frames. And then sometimes you're like, nah, I got none to spare. And then you also said godlike reads. Do you feel like godlike reactions are cool at all?
Well, I love godlike reactions, but I feel like in reality, I think the actual fact of the matter is everyone's reaction time is roughly the same, like effectively the same.
Sometimes.
Yes.
I feel like some people are superhuman when I watch top level play.
Well, yeah, okay, but the thing is that, so I don't know if there was like a video, I watched it back in Smash 4, and this is something I'd always felt intuitively, and it turned out that like technically it was actually correct, like by the numbers, that everyone's reaction time is effectively the same. Obviously, some people can push their reaction time a little bit, but that's raw reaction time to, like, for example, you know, the little test where it goes when it goes green, push the button. that's not what's happening. When you're playing Smash, at every moment, you're constantly in a situation where you're observing the circumstance that the game's in, the state it's in. You're seeing them move toward you. Your brain is going, I've seen this thing happen before, so I recognize one of the 3 possible outcomes.
Right.
And reacting to whichever one of those 3 that happen to come out is what you're doing. And so the smaller you make that tree, the less possibilities that you can recognize. So the less
faster you'll react.
the less possible futures of the game.
The more you narrow it down.
Yes, exactly. So if you come into the game, you've never seen anything before, your reaction time is going to be 10 times worse than someone who's played a lot because
And I also feel like people, their like physical reaction time is like faster in terms of like if you've practiced it a lot.
Yes.
Some like when people play baseball and other sports, they get to like almost a superhuman level. Right?
Yeah.
You would know this as a sport player where like the top level athletes are just like the way that they throw a ball, like their muscles are like top of the line in terms of like it's just ridiculous the point they get.
Streamlined, optimized.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And to a point where like we wouldn't have really expected that. And also you can put someone in an injury and then come back like 6 months later and then them also be just as good at that.
Yeah.
Because not only are their muscles like trained for that, but the brain is trained.
Pathway.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I feel like when people play Smash, like they're constantly doing checks on what they can see on screen, but they're also like their hands are trained so that when they see something, it's a lot easier for them to go through the motions than what their reaction time would be able to say.
Yeah.
And the checks that they do, I feel like people, they're betting, you know, where they'll be like, they'll see a scenario and be like, okay, I have to do this like half a second from now.
Yep.
And they're not reacting in a way that they're like,
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what I was saying. It is a weird combination of reading, a lot of little micro reads, mixed in with reactions to that. And then sometimes you see someone do something completely stupid, and it's because they guessed wrong.
Yeah, or they'll be like, that's never happened.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
I'm not familiar in this situation.
The funniest one is, have you ever, you guys, I'm sure everyone's experienced this, you go to do a pivot grab, you smash in the opposite direction and press grab at the same time.
Yes.
If you push those two on the same frame, what you'll end up doing instead of a pivot grab is a pivot F smash.
Yes.
And so,
Jesus Christ.
And so with Ike having a frame 35 F smash or whatever it is, I'll run past someone for a pivot grab,
and then just
turn around, big swinging F smash, and they've put up shield, then maybe spot dodge
the grab
all in that time, and then boom, the F smash hits, and they're like, what the fuck was that? Why did you? Like, and I'm like, it was meant to be a pivot grab. And the reason it worked is because there was absolutely nothing in their mind that was prepared for that.
Yeah.
And
they were fully convinced on the pivot grab coming through.
Yeah, and it's like, if only I could harness that on purpose. But like, you know, what you're saying is something they're not expecting will work because they weren't ready for it, and your reactions aren't. You're going to have, you know, a half-second reaction time to something like that, as opposed to
Don't expose me. Who are we exposing? Kajek?
The accident. Yeah, it's so many times people will do it, and it'll be like a pivot F smash, and they'll act like they did it on purpose.
Like Kajek.
Yeah, but it's like, no, I know because I know what causes it, and I know the exact situation.
So he looks like a badass, but we know. Yeah, so I used to think reads were super cool. When I first got in, I played Falcon. I was like, oh, look at the F smash, and when you get it, oh, what a genius. Oh, he read the air dodge and got knee. But a lot of those, for me, have come to like 50-50s.
Yep.
And now I'm way more big on reactions. When I see someone who like has branching path on their combo and like follows the branch the entire way, not someone like Bayonetta. Maybe Bayonetta and Ultimate.
Yeah.
I'll give him credit. Yeah. But
Pillar talks in the chat. Geez.
Yeah. No, fair enough. Bayonetta and Ultimate's pretty sick.
Yeah.
But if they have a huge tree and they're able to follow it, and not just like if it's really difficult, but they're able to follow it, then that's sick to me.
Yes, I agree, 100%.
And my favorite thing is like when we talked about unfamiliar situations, some players, it's really rare, but they're like what I call scrappers. And they play in the unfamiliar. They like to get the other opponent into a stumbling situation, and then they love playing in that.
Yep, I know the exact type of play you're talking about.
Yes.
Konzo.
Yes.
He's such a he just in friendlies. I feel like I don't know how to explain it. He's like the best person to warm up with because of the way that he plays. I don't know. It's
like he loves being on uneven ground.
Yeah,
he loves being in those precarious scenarios where it's like, all right, you don't know where you are. You're not in familiar territory. I'm not in familiar territory. Let's duke it out.
Yeah, yes. And he's the only person who you would be like off stage and he would legitimately at that moment have decided, yes, I will wall jump near you right now. Like, I don't know. It's just
it's not that I know it works. Yeah. It's just that I want to do it.
Yeah, he just saw, and in that moment saw that it was possible and went, I will do it. It's like, I know what you mean, scrapper. I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah, those sort of players, I'm keen to see those because, like, I reckon a lot of people gravitate to the easier stuff like trap setting and, like, 50-50s earlier on in the meta. But I'm really keen to see more scrappy type players come out. I don't know of any ultimate kids who are like maybe definitively have a style.
It's hard. Okay, so another person who I've always seen has a definitely distinct way that they play is Sick Nick with Roy. Yeah. He doesn't. I mean, he does like lots of normal stuff, but he's also got this like element to the way that he plays, which I know Roy's fast, but Sick Nick makes him seem
really
very fast, and I feel like that kind of does fit in that same kind of category of like he's not got this master plan for what he's doing. Yes. He's just reacting to what's happening all the time, and he's doing it very intelligently.
Off for Sick Nick in the chat.
Yeah.
But no, it's definitely true. Like he's got a level of speed to him, like Connor, but it's more of like, I feel like he uses fear and not like an intimidation fear, like someone who like uses outside of the game fear, or someone who uses like Ganon with like a natural fearing character, but someone who like puts you in disadvantage. I want to say disadvantage, but really he like puts you in a corner.
Yep.
And then just like will know what you're going to try and do to get out of the corner.
Yeah.
And he's not like hard punishing you every single time that you're trying to get back.
Yeah.
But he's just like medium punishing you until you get back.
To me, I picture this one time where like, I don't know, I remember everything was going super fast in the set I was playing against him. It was like this desperate, I'm side being, he's doing all this. Anyway, I got on ledge and then he stopped and then like did like a tiny little walk back. And he looked like he was in the position that it was closer than roll distance. And so I'm like, roll. And then he just literally, I rolled to him, F tilt. I just sweet spot on the hand of Roy and I'm dead. Yeah.
Like, no, that is definitely him. Yeah. Medium punish.
Yes. Medium punny.
There's not a lot of large punnies around anymore. The one thing I want to suck Ultimate Kids' dicks one more time. That sounded so awful.
Jesus.
One more time, and then I think we'll go into the next game because I like to do them in 30-minute blocks.
Okay.
Is that Ultimate Kids adapt like crazy. They're like that used to be a quality that was like, oh, they're going to be like a top level player.
Yep.
And I remember when we first played, I was like, he has the adaption skill. Like, I was really pissed off because I was like, great, another one. And then that's one of the most discouraging things about Ultimate is that so many people have that super skill.
Yeah.
I'm like, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to like, I don't even know what I'm going to have to do. Like, it's just ridiculous. The level of like that you have to build up.
You're like, this is, and it's another character too.
Yes.
So you're like, it's another matchup that I have to learn.
It's not even like, just, it's the matchup and them.
You're like, fuck, I'm going to have them round 2 next week.
They're only a mid-level player. What the? It's exactly that. Anyways, we'll go on to the next one. You're welcome for the dick suck.
Am I allowed to not look?
No, this one is... We haven't got the little thing come up.
It's coming on.
Ganon's Advocate.
Ah,
okay. So have you heard of this?
I believe. Sorry, Devil's Advocate, right?
Yes.
Yes, I like the name.
I give you 3 topics.
Okay.
First one's probably something you agree with.
Yep.
Second one is something that you might not agree with. It's like in the middle, right? And it's an interesting to talk about. And the third one, I bet that you don't agree with it.
Okay.
But you still have to argue it.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep. All right. Easy. All right. Okay.
So it's pretty simple. But it always ends up awkward. So the best Smash analogy is having a conversation.
So I need to defend.
Argue this.
I need to argue it.
So well, no, you have to say that it's true, and then
I have to say that it's true.
I have to poke holes and ask questions about it.
Okay. Well,
so this is obviously something that a lot of people, it gets tossed around a lot. Yep. When people say that Smash is a conversation, what they're meaning is like 2 players are talking to each other, and whatever is going wrong in your game, you can sort of break it down to, well, you're not really listening to the other player. You're just trying to oppress them. Or maybe you are just like not saying enough in the conversation. That's what the analogy is. This is the best.
Yep. Okay. Well, one way that I think of defending this point, which I actually do think it's kind of, there is something to it. I hear people say it, and I think there's like, it's almost like they're just saying it and they don't really know why.
Yes.
But I like, for example, okay, so the concept of turns. So
Yes.
when I'm in disadvantage, or even sometimes there's not even quite disadvantage, it's in that sort of spectrum in between neutral. Like you're not quite in advantage. It's not quite neutral.
Yeah.
You're not quite being juggled with no double jump. It's not your turn.
Yes.
And I think that when it is not your turn to speak, and you constantly are trying to speak,
Which is a very common mistake.
Then you are not having a conversation, and you're going to be trying to yell over the other person. And so that is why it's never going to work out for you.
Well,
Whereas if you,
it might work. Honestly, sometimes people don't expect that sort of option, and they do let themselves get oppressed.
Okay.
That's why I feel... Oh, I'm supposed to argue against
yeah. I was like, wait, you're agreeing with me.
I like this for the exact scenario that you're talking about. The one
Yeah.
thing I don't think it does very well is its versatility. It doesn't let you understand like a lot of the different scenarios very well. Sorry. It's for instance, it does help you understand disadvantage and advantage and disadvantage scenarios, but I don't think it helps you understand the most important part of the game, which is the neutral.
Yeah. So you feel like the idea of there being turns, or the idea of it being a conversation,
Or it being turns.
Doesn't-
Either way, I don't think it explains or helps people understand how to play the neutral.
Oh.
I feel like that's the most difficult thing to explain to players and help them understand.
and using conversation. Okay, it's because my response then was like, yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean, but I'm not supposed to say that because
No, you're
I'm
not.
Dorf right now.
Yes.
Okay, well, you see, the thing about ethics is, I'm coming up blank because I can only understand what that analogy means through the idea of probably it's like taking turns. Like each player has a turn at doing something in an analogous way to each person has something to say in a conversation.
Yes.
And you have to listen to what they're saying. So say, for example, I am, for example, constantly jumping and landing unspaced on your shield or something,
Yes.
right? Like that's meant to be analogous to, that's the thing I'm saying every time. Your response to that should be, I will shield grab this poorly spaced aerial.
Yes.
Right? And in a conversation, you have a similar thing. Like you hear this person repeating the same thing over and over, and you're like, well, I should have a response for that particular thing that they're saying. Maybe that's the sense in which that's meant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll throw you a bone here.
Yeah?
Right.
Help me.
In a conversation, right?
Yeah.
It's not all about what you say. In the same way in Smash, it's not all about the advantage and the disadvantages.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's about your body language. Sometimes it's about saying nothing at all. And I feel like that's what the neutral is.
Yeah.
It's everything that's not to do with the advantage and disadvantage. It's like how people posture. It's how people move around, and it's how people like control space before they've even pressed to move.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that, and I feel like that is everything in a conversation that's not just speaking.
Right, but wouldn't that be a point in my favor?
Yes. That's I was throwing you a bone, right?
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. I was like, wait, isn't this meant to be anti? Okay, yeah,
Yeah.
so I agree with that. I mean, sometimes when I'm versing Kajek and he just all of a sudden stops moving and
You're like,
starts
Jesus
walking.
Christ.
And and I'm like,
This menacing
yeah,
motherfucker.
he's just standing there menacingly.
That's it, yeah. Anyways,
Okay.
that one was just another chance for us to be romantic about
Yep.
Smash, but
Yep,
you know,
okay.
we've been doing that a lot, so
Okay,
let's go to the next one.
All right.
Ari is the hottest Smasher in Queensland.
I can't defend that. What? I can't. Okay, well,
All right.
okay, well, I do have this awesome pose that I outright ripped off Ike, that no one knows that I ripped off Ike, apparently.
Wait.
Which I do for every top 3 photo. Well, not every top 3 photo. But
What's that? Is that
it's the arms crossed. That's Ike.
Yeah, that's Ike.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
Ike.
okay.
Wait, people didn't know that. So, and in my opinion, that's the best Ike pose. And when I emulate that, does that not make me one
like
of
the hottest-
the hottest Smasher in Queensland?
Well,
Come on.
Is Ike the hottest
I
character
mean,
on the roster?
Yeah. I mean, well,
Not little boy Ike.
no, definitely not little boy Ike.
Chad Ike.
Yeah, Chad Ike.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's all I got for that. Otherwise, other than that, I can't defend that.
Well, who's hotter then?
Oh, actually, I do have 2 other points.
Yeah. Well, we've got the sailor pick.
I came first on 2 of the Smashers Queensland Cuties tier lists.
Yes.
So it was first in both of those. So I mean, that is an argument in favour. I mean,
Yes.
I'm not saying it's true, but I'm just saying that this
that's
is some points.
yeah.
I'm making points.
You're
right?
too humble. I thought this would trip you up because you had to be cocky about it.
Yeah,
and I was
no.
like, this is gonna wreck him. But like, I don't think anyone's gonna disagree.
Well, I will throw you a bone. We do have a number of good-looking smashers in our scene. Like recently, for example, since Joz cut his hair.
Yes.
Have you seen that
He's
boy's
up
haircut?
there. He's
I mean,
up
fucking
there.
come on.
He jumped like, okay, I'm sorry to Joz's old hairstyle, but you jumped some tears in the cutie tier list by
most
taking a
certainly
shave.
did.
Yeah.
And I feel like everyone's sleeping on Brenton.
Everyone's got a flavor.
Yeah.
That's what I think people miss out on. Everyone's got a flavor. That's why we need the whole panel to be like everyone. Hey now, Joz, I'm sorry, bud.
But we're talking about you currently, and it's only positives about the current Joz, which is all that matters.
Dude, I'm not trying to be mean. I'd suck your dick as a straight man. But yeah, no, that's always a fun topic. But I don't want to get too much into it because if we start naming everybody,
then it's starting to get.
Then I'm going to get left out, and then I'm going to kill myself. So, all right, so let's move on to the third one. I hoped
I could defend this.
You can defend this. You reckon Ika's top tier?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Okay. Well. Okay. In reality, I reckon he's high tier, but I could defend that he's top tier.
All right.
Okay. So, firstly, when I'm off stage, 50% of the time, maybe let's just say. Yeah, 50% of the time, I get back to stage without having to go to ledge. You throw me. Think about ledge trapping. Many characters depend heavily on a good ledge trapping game. Half the time, I don't have to deal with that.
That's some secret shit.
I can just say, you know what? No, I will go to the other side of the stage and land on the other side of PS2's
with
platform.
like no landing lag.
With no landing lag, because it's really not that hard to hit that window.
Yes.
And once you get a feel for it, it's just not that hard.
And the side B's pretty fucking strong.
Yeah, it's really if you
get the.
If I've double jumped and I've charged it all the way to max, and you decide I'm going to come out and try and challenge that, you could lose a stock because we're quite high up and it hits at quite a high angle. So already recovery, a huge factor in someone's game trapping you at a ledge. I don't have to deal with it half the time.
I love the way you describe that. Where you like, if they challenge you, you're just like, listen, now that we're here, I've got some bad news. That's really true, but. Do you feel like you have the tools to continue to push the character to the point where it will remain top tier over a decent period of time?
Well, I feel like the fact that he's got...
Yeah, I was going to say ignoring patches. Like patches
we'll assume patches, I feel like the fact that he's got a consistent, very easily manageable kill confirm.
Right.
It's not even that high a percent. Give me platforms, that window gets bigger and how high a percent the bet drops all the way down for it to be kill confirm. Nair up air.
That's pretty good.
Back air. So the fact that exists, I mean, how different is that from zero suits up air, up B type thing?
And you got ground game.
Yeah.
I mean, you got grab game as well. Sorry, ground game's not too bad. You got the F tilts.
Yeah,
which is basically a quick smash attack.
Yep. F tilt spaced is basically it's not good on shield, but it's safe. It's a constant tool you can use if someone's approaching on the ground, like a down tilt.
Yep.
Frame 4 jab.
Don't you feel like you're going to struggle against zoners, though?
Against zoners. Well, again, side B comes to the rescue. You can full hop and side B over stuff, land laglessly.
And you're in...
It is exactly as fast as if I had ran there, if I jump full hop side B.
Is it actually lagless?
If you do it at an exact height, he doesn't even get... So it's
like 0 frames.
Yeah, it's one. I think you can't have. I think it's by some technical limitation, it can't be 1 frame. It's 2. It works out to be 2 frames effectively. Right. It's not even soft landing lag. It's
shorter than soft.
It's shorter than soft landing lag. Yeah, at the right height.
Busted.
Yeah. Zoners. Okay, side B is not everything though. Obviously,
yes. You can close distance and you can do it in a nice way.
Yep.
Sort of like Fox's side B back in the 4.
Yeah.
So you can always get close to them.
Yep.
But some zoners Mega Man's just gonna lemon you for doing that. Trying to side B, he can break it. And zoners are one of the only characters that can challenge the side B because they don't have to get up there.
It is true. Mega Man's kind of breaks it. You can. So the thing is, the hitbox on it's actually quite big. For example, if Shitashi's shooting the lemons low, he doesn't read the jump. If I'm falling and I let it rip early, it'll still hit him in the head while not hitting the lemons.
Jesus.
So and the thing is actually I literally mean this. Using side B to break through someone's zone and get them in the air is so. In the last 2 months, I have been abusing the shit out of that, and it is so. Yeah.
All right. I'm going to cut you off before you give your entire game. No, because I'm this is really good knowledge.
Yeah.
But everyone's listening, and then you're going to be side bang, and someone's going to come up with an answer. You're going to be fuck.
Okay, yeah.
So, Ike is top tier. So, you reckon you've got tools to deal with zoners. You reckon you've got tools to deal with grapplers because you got a sword.
Mm-hmm.
I can't think of many. Ooh, how does Ike do against the rats?
Oh, okay. Well,
good.
It's not as bad as you. It's almost even. Basically, against Pikachu, arguably solidly even, as in not even volatile.
Yeah.
Because side B, so against characters who typically have strong edge guarding tools.
Yeah.
So Pikachu depends on getting a kill with
like chucking you off,
like getting you off and killing you early. So it almost is independent of your weight. Whereas side B, not entirely, but for the most part, can cut that out of the game. So Pikachu has to kill Ike at heavy percents, but also with something, like an F Smash or one of his Thunders or something else.
Because he can't reliably gimp you. Like he would be able to any character who has like a medium to high recovery.
Yeah, exactly. And so that fact becomes a strong element in the matchup. And then the fact that he's small doesn't matter too much because all of Ike's moves, they're kind of big swingy moves. And then I kill him early. Nair up air will kill Pikachu at like 80 before
But they can Thunder, right?
They Thunder as in to get a kill?
To get rid of the side B.
Oh, no. I mean, if I double jump charge and I'm out in a top blast zone or wherever I am, it's actually most risky at lower percents to be off stage. Because, if you get hit while you're at higher percents, you get more of a chance to... Yeah, and then it becomes... letting go of Quick Draw is frame 1. I can... it's like I let go and he flies.
Yeah.
It's... It becomes a... I can completely react to whatever the person's doing while I'm charging.
Right.
So, Thunder would not get in the way of side B as long as I've got a distance. Obviously, low percents, it does become dangerous.
Because you could just get semi-gimped.
Yeah.
Joz has thrown me a bone. Yeah. Cap, one word, counter.
Counter?
So other sorties, they give Ike a bit of trouble today.
Yes, they definitely do. If... Basically, Ether becomes not an option against someone like Lucina. Especially characters that have a quick counter like Joker.
But not
Lucina.
like Little Mac.
I don't know, what is Little Mac's counter quick?
I don't know.
Well, yeah, I don't know. But yeah, it is definitely a big factor. But again, side B, it's like people sleep on how good side B works as a recovery.
Yeah.
And if you ask anybody, what do they say? If you said, what's Ike's biggest weakness? The first thing that comes to your mind is?
The up B.
His recovery. Right? You would assume that. Side B kind of really mitigates that a lot.
It's kind of like if you're recovering low with up B, it's like you've not made the right decision to be there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yes, you're 100% right. So that I've made a mistake, and I should have used a directional air dodge or something. But if someone's done something cheeky and they put me low, I mean they've just done the smart thing. And then really that's not too different from just having successfully edge guarded, but in 2 steps.
It's like
forced me low. Then
the Ness is up B, right?
Yeah.
Ness, it's like people used to be like, oh, you can just gimp the recovery. Like every matchup's bad, and everyone's like, oh, now that I know how to gimp it, like Ness is nothing. But Ness would always continually do well and still is continually doing well because it's like if you have to up B,
you fucked up.
Yeah, you're in a shit spot. This is unreliable.
Yeah, and Ness he's got a second double jump that's intangible the whole time anyway.
Yes.
So yeah.
Jesus Christ. Anyways, so that's it for Ganon's Advocate. Okay. That one's pretty good. I'm thinking of making people do more and more divisive stuff, but you're somebody I was like, man, what can I even put down that you would super disagree with? That just isn't just fucked up.
Well, I kind of at the end of the day, I do in reality don't think Ike is top tier. Obviously,
no.
I think he's definitely a high tier. People, for some reason lately, people have been going like, oh no, the standard point is that it's predictable, it's linear, et cetera, et cetera. But it's like you're literally forgetting about the fact that the basic stuff with Ike, I know that I'm going to nair. Yes. But my nair's going to hit you. So I'm going to get the stock. You know what I mean?
Even though you're playing around my move, every player I've played against has played around my move. So how good are you at it? Because if you're not top shit, then good luck.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing about Ike is like a lot of characters like double-edged swords, and people like to throw around that expression. Ike is like a single-edged sword. He's got like very direct in terms of what he wants and how to get it, and in the way that he plays the game. But he's not like trading off for that. Yeah. He's not like he's not versatile, but what he does very, very well.
Yes, definitely.
Single-edged sword.
Yes, I like it. Ike is definitely a single-edged sword.
It's definitely true. Irish Incinerate Counter true comboed into side B. Do you play any of the other low tiers besides Mewtwo?
No, Mewtwo's the only other character I can play.
Really? Yeah. Only one?
Yeah.
So you don't mess around in friendlies?
I did money match a whole bunch of people on the weekend, Mario Dittos, I was playing as Mario.
Right.
And I lost all of my money. So,
so best to stick with Ike and Mewtwo for now.
Yep.
Man, how bad did it feel when Mewtwo sort of got like his tail put back in the game? And
the thing is, at first, I didn't really notice. I thought, no, he's too fast. He's so fast now. You know, like he's got intangibility on his down B.
He had a lot of stuff.
Like, they buffed him in some ways.
Yeah.
And they, the nerf to down tilt. Now I'm recognizing that as fair enough. That shit was degenerate in Smash 4. Like, it's fair enough. But it was like, it wasn't at any specific moment. It was just that I was like, I'm going to be a dual main of Ike and Mewtwo.
Yeah.
And I just found myself every time reaching for Ike. I'd be like, I don't think I can deal with Mewtwo. I'm just going to go to Ike instead. Yeah. And then one week I can't remember if someone said it to me. They were like, dude, you're just always pulling out Ike. Just play only Ike. Yeah. And I was like, okay.
Right.
And then I think I went really well. I beat someone I never beat before. And I'm like, all right, that's it. I'm just going to do this for now.
It's just straight up Iking.
Yeah.
I'm not saying Ike is easy mode for Smash. Easy mode for Smash is like, honestly, like, not even Mario. Like, characters that are like Little Mac. Like, sorry to Little Macs. Like, it's hard in a sense that, like, your character sucks.
Yep.
But it's easy in the way that the stuff that you're going for is so brain dead and straightforward.
Yep.
These days, that's one of the arguments that Smash Ultimate has more depth. Because I feel like Smash Ultimate Little Mac is a lot more than what he was in.
You reckon? I'm hearing this more and more. So people saying he's like not really worst character in the game, which I'm starting to.
He's definitely not the worst. That's like a huge over exaggeration.
Yeah, okay, I thought so. Yeah.
For Ultimate, like, wouldn't you say that like there's like 15 characters in top 10, and there's like 2 characters in bottom 10?
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah. I know exactly what you mean.
Yeah,
definitely.
I don't know what it is, but like I can't even like definitively say one character deserves to be in bottom tier.
Yeah. I know what you mean. It seems. Well, what I think it actually is just they just simply balanced the game better than they did in the other games. In Smash 4, they're like, our heavies are bad, so you know what we'll do? We'll leave them bad, but we'll give them this one really fucked up thing that they can do, which is get a kill off a grab at 60.
Every character's a grappler ding-dong, like, and bullshit.
To me, looking back on it now, so I didn't understand at the time, but that was clearly how they were like, we need to balance this. What can we do? That was what they did.
Well, the heavies have come a long way as well. Like, heavies have not been good until 4, and that was only because of a single thing, and it was bullshit. And now they're like, what? These characters are real. Yeah,
they have still, like, obviously DK's got the carry off thing, but like it doesn't feel unfair anymore.
It doesn't feel cheesy at all.
So I feel like I'm not saying the game's perfectly balanced, obviously.
No.
But I definitely think that feeling you're having where you're like, I feel like there's 15 characters in top 10, that is the fact that they've balanced it shining through.
Do you feel like that'll fall apart now after we start to learn the 72 matchups in the game?
I don't reckon. I don't know. Like, I know that I'm a bit naive with this. I'm not as experienced as someone as, say, like Shitashi, who's seen it all. Right. He's seen it all before.
Seen it all twice.
Twice now. You know what I mean? So, like, sometimes I'll say something to Chris, and he'll have this, like, look. He'll be like, I remember when I thought like that.
He's the real Smash 4 Puma.
And so, like, I know. I am naive to an extent, but I feel like just seems like there's always going to be a solution to any given situation. There's always going to be the best characters, but they're not going to be the best in the way that, like, Bayo and Cloud were back in Smash 4. Just because of how much care seems to have been put into this game. And that is just me looking from my naive perspective. I understand that I'm not going to be...
It's almost like in 4, they made the heavies like that so they didn't have to think about it and could work on Ultimate until they came out.
Well, the thing is, think about this, right? Another point that I was thinking about, I've never really heard anyone mention this, but... Sakurai went straight into working on Ultimate from Smash 4. That's what we know.
I'm pretty sure, like, as soon as he did the last patch, he was just like, "Oh, you might have even done the patch."
They said they released the game and he started on it. Okay, I could be wrong, so someone maybe correct me. But
somebody hit the Google up.
But now he's obviously just all balls deep in Smash Ultimate the whole time. I mean, just like the game just seems to have had so much more attention given to it. So that is why I bet that they have balanced it in such a way that it won't devolve into something where you have 3 or 4 characters that the meta
just
orbits
like
around.
Over-centralizes.
Yeah.
Do you reckon any characters are like gonna make their way up? Like, do you reckon like you have a snapshot of the meta right now and you can see characters are like, okay, this character's gonna fall. And this character's gonna like
a character that
this is usually what we do at the end of the thingo. But since the theme of this is us just being romantic about Smash and the meta and the theory of it all. Do you have that?
So I definitely reckon Mewtwo is not low tier.
Oh,
okay. But so that's the thing is that's coming from my perspective. I can see his tools. I can see what he can do.
I've got bad news.
Like I can definitely see Mewtwo being a sort of rising up to back to what he was. Kind of the way that everyone thought Diddy's not what he was in Smash 4. Diddy low tier.
Yes.
Now look what's happened. Like you're seeing this, you're hearing it all the time now. Diddy's got some sauce. And so I think in a similar sense, Mewtwo's got the sauce, just not quite there. We lost SDX. He used to play. But there's a couple of new guys like this Zukai guy, and there's like, I don't know, I can't remember who I was watching yesterday. But yeah, anyway.
For me, it's like Mewtwo before he got put on the main stage in 4. Remember? Because no one gave a shit.
Oh, but before he got, wasn't it? He was like...
Abadango at Pound 4, which is a great tournament. No one watch it because Smash 4 is ugly to watch. But like that's when he started pulling out like the footstool combos.
Oh, you mean okay? So yeah.
That's what like usually breaks open a character for anyone who's like looking to see Spammage. Icy's bottom 5, but at the same time, everyone in Queensland thought that Icy's was that much better as soon as Spammage came on. Spammage, which is the sole reason that no one will agree with you that Icy's needs a buff.
Yeah, you are the exactly. Okay,
I feel like you need someone to bring it out, but at the same time. People say, "Oh, you just need like the MK Leo to pick it up." But if MK Leo started playing Mewtwo, would be like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, I agree. And all the old Mewtwo mains are giving Mewtwo a try again. Waddy played him at a couple of tournaments. Yeah. I think I saw Rich Brown, who was one of the other really good Mewtwo's. Yeah. He's also like, there's hope. There's hope. And so that's my pick.
Mewtwo going up. How about going down?
Who do I see going down?
Yeah, and before you get it wrong, the answer is Inkling. But tell me what you think.
I kind of agree with that.
Yes!
Yeah, I don't know why.
Tournamenta episode 8 is the first time someone has agreed with me.
No, because like I definitely feel like Inkling like is good, got all these tools and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's something about it. Just seems like I started playing against Inkling a lot because my training partner Dave DFS started playing Inkling. I started playing against Kenny in bracket. I started being exposed to many Inklings.
Inkling is Smash on easy mode. And put it out there.
And I don't know. I experienced the bullshit, the stuff that got everyone so mad. I would be like, that's what everyone was talking about in these Twitter rants. I now understand what
you can't grab them on the ground, and this roller is bullshit.
The dash that literally makes them go invisible. I don't know, just that shit. But then it seemed like. By pushing through that and just learning, these are the things you've got to do. For me, the thing that worked for me was starting to use platforms a lot more, using my down tilt to force them into the air, then using my up tilt to kind of threaten them that way. I don't know, I just figured something out.
Don't get inked as much if you can help it.
Yeah, they're always going to jab. So like and so as that happened, it didn't feel as oppressive, and it like obviously. It's hard because it's hard to make a judgment on this because my experience is only going to be through other players and that's not a very big pool of people. But my experience was I never felt, after a while, I felt like I learned how to deal with the bullshit. Yeah. And it stopped being about...
And then as soon as it happened, the clouds parted.
Yeah.
And you were like, wait a second.
Yeah. and it started becoming, it went back to, because it started feeling like I'm fighting Inkling. Yeah. That went away and it went back to now I'm fighting my training partner. Yeah. And the fact that went away made me be like, okay... There's not, whereas like,
once the bullshit's gone, you're like, well, what is Inkling left over that they have that's really good? Well, they've got a good combo game. They've got a pseudo ding dong, which doesn't work against like some of the cast.
It's got a 30% window on Ike though.
Yeah, that's kind of busted. That's kind of busted. But some characters, it's like a 1% window, and that's not even kill. That's just like it'll connect.
Yeah.
And then some characters, and then it's like, okay, well, it's got good speed. Terrible kill potential if you play around like the roller.
Yeah, on the roller,
Yeah. So the up throw up air is like really tough. It's like one of the really outstanding good things.
Yeah.
And then they've also got edge guarding.
Yep.
And then it's like, okay.
So once you deal with all those three things.
But like no, if you deal with like all the bullshit, that's what's left.
Oh right. Yeah.
No, it's like edge guarding and the ding dong.
Yep.
It's like what oh, okay, well they can zone. Well, they're not really that good at zoning. Like the ink is really good, but you constantly having to re-ink and it's just better. Camping Inkling feels good. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like they struggle against being camped.
Like Inkling does have stuff that's like, oh, like fuck that move. But at the same time, I definitely feel like Inkling probably already has dropped off even.
Yes.
I mean, like...
But people still putting them in the top 15. And I'm like, top 20?
Yeah, I don't know. Like definitely still like high tier, upper high tier, but like not not, some people saying best character in the game. I don't know.
That's bullshit.
Come on.
That's bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't stand that.
Yeah,
sorry. That's why Villager Inkling is even. Really?
Ooh. Really?
Oh, Villager can probably pocket the little...
No.
The bomb. That's busted.
Can it?
And then it would go back and be like...
Can it actually? And
all right, but you got to let us know.
Yeah.
Actually, yes, you can.
Oh, my...
See,
but does it keep the bomb in such a way that Inkling can't generate another one?
Oh, that'd be busted.
That's what I wanted to know. Like, like the bike?
Yeah, or like banana.
Damn. I was like...
But at least when you give that back, it's going to be like the most dangerous ink bomb of all time.
Yeah, will too. And because they will get inked and the ink will be in your favor.
Yeah. That's
cool.
always busted. Inkling, not the best character in the game, but top 10 in my opinion.
Yeah,
I don't agree with top 10.
I was going to say, like, top tier is like going to be like maybe 5, 8 characters, right? And then,
okay.
like, I don't entirely disagree. Like, I could
It's just hard for me to see that when there's... Okay. I don't want to cut you off, but like there's characters that are like getting better. And the rate that they're getting better is like really amazing. And like the players are taking them to the next level. And there's characters that just feel super like, oh my God. Inkling has never felt like that for me. Against or playing as.
Yeah.
It's always just been like, okay, I got inked and that was bullshit. But the rate that happens in any given match is like rarely ever. And then Kenny will play Inkling and get 3 jabs, 80%, and then just like get some stupid roller or an F smash and be like, Inkling's busted, but I hate playing it. I'm like, no shit. Like you barely played the game. So like I don't see Inkling being as like oppressive. I only see her or him losing power in the meta over time.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely see her.
The one thing that really, like, Wildermold, I'm so sorry, Jesus Christ, I know you're an Inkling player, but the one thing that Inkling really has for me is, like, when they play around expectations of the bullshit.
Yeah?
That's when they seem like genius gods. So, like, they'll hit, like, up throw, they're not going to get the up air, so they back air, right? So the character's falling.
Yeah.
And then Inkling's, like, preparing to side B. They're making the movement as if they're about to side B, and so the player's like, okay, I better not tech or I'm going to get hit.
Yeah.
Which normally would mean, like, oh, Inkling's got nothing. Yeah. And then they dash down smash.
Oh, yeah. They do smart shit. Yeah.
And then, I have to, like, I'm watching it, and I have to think, like, 2 seconds later, I went, oh, shit, that's what they did.
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, or jab blocks and stuff like that, So that with Inkling gives me hope.
Yep.
But not much does.
Yeah, not as good as I originally thought, definitely.
All right.
Yeah.
We'll do the next game.
Okay.
Because
let's go.
I mean, I could talk about Inkling, but games are more fun. Well, we don't have an explain this image. Unfortunately, sorry to spoil it for people who are listening just for that. But we didn't have any embarrassing images of you that we could tell stories about. The only one was Sailor Ari.
Oh, okay.
The infamous one, which everybody knows. Everyone's immediately like, gee, what am I tuning in for? Like, I'm sorry, Sailor Ari's not here. But, like, we could talk about that. Yeah. What is the context of that picture, real quick?
Okay, so I'd just gotten back from schoolies or something. Right. I can't really remember what it was.
That's like the perfect context.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So then I was like, my friend's like, hey, my mum's letting us borrow this boat. And we're like, let's go out on this boat. And we went on this boat. And then, I don't know, for some reason I just took the sailor hat. And then I was just standing there and she's like, let me get a photo of this. And then, like, that's it. There was no more context to it other than I was just feeling like ultra confident because I was drunk for the 4th time.
Yeah,
and then like,
schoolies,
you know what I mean?
And you're like, school's done.
Yeah, and that was about it. And then, yeah.
If anyone wants, actually no, I was going to say, if any of you smashers like need somewhere to hang out for schoolies or if you need a lift or something, hit us up, but do not. I have no time for you. I will be only a disappointment.
It felt like you've gone somewhere real positive with that.
Yeah. And then also, I don't want to be labeled as a toolie and show up at like the Gold Coast and be like, want to lift? Anyways, the next segment is hypothetic caps. Woo! We got a little logo for it.
That's sick.
Yeah, so these ones are hypotheticals I come up with.
Okay.
The ones I came up with for Shadru were deliberately like super weird because I just wanted to get inside Shadru's brain and see what he would come up with.
Yep.
But these ones are more Smash related, I believe. I actually can't remember what I put down. So yeah, all they are is weird scenarios that you have to tell me the answer to, right? So the first one, you have been abducted. And your abductor will only let you go if you tell them 3 very cool Smash facts. What are the Smash facts you choose? So this is do or die Smash facts, basically.
Okay. All right. Give me a second. Just think
Yeah,
about this
that's
one.
all right. I
Okay.
only have a gun to your head and your family's.
Okay. There is a difference between... so invulnerability
Yes.
is a coverall term for
Right.
2 states that your character can be in.
Okay.
Intangible,
Right.
such as when you roll or air dodge. And invincible, which is like when you come off the platform.
Yes.
Right?
Oh,
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah, okay,
Yes.
okay. Some moves, it's like Palatina, have invincible stuff.
Yeah.
Like her shield is invincible, which means it'll eat a hitbox.
Right.
And some moves have intangibility, which means there is no hurt box there, but a hitbox will go through it.
Yeah.
So, for example, Snake's dash attack, my sword will go through his arms and hit him. Whereas if his arms were invincible, it would eat the hitbox of my sword and it wouldn't hit him.
So he's got intangible arms.
He has intangible arms. Palatina has an invincible dash attack, which means the invincibility will eat a projectile. Intangibility means the projectile would go through it and hit her.
So invincibility's better.
And of course, invincibility is way better. Invincibility is green in training mode. Intangibility is blue. Everybody fucking mixes them up. They get them backwards every time, or they just call it invincibility all the time. And I'm like,
that's a really good comms tip for me.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, all right, I could use that.
Yeah, that's all I got for that, and that's
number one.
Actually,
that's the Shulk mains from 4 and Ultimate being like, get your fucking stats right.
Yep.
Off the Monados.
Okay.
Your technical correction.
Let me just see. Okay, does this have to be general smash back? Because you made me think of something interesting about Shulk.
Yeah, go for it.
All right,
yeah. This could be specific. I got to be impressed as an abductor, or I'm shooting you.
Okay.
But,
so
whatever you.
So let's just say Shulk F smashed me in Smash Monado.
Yes.
And what would you rather be hit with? And you're Ike, and you're going to counter.
Okay.
Smash Monado.
I'd rather
smash
get
attack.
hit by Buster.
Oh, okay. You already know this.
Yeah,
okay,
I know this one.
So if Shulk does a Smash Monado smash attack, if the knockback's extremely high, but the actual amount of damage is like 0.3.
It's really
so
low.
It's nothing, right? Counters are 100% a function of how much damage the move does and not the knockback.
Yes.
Which is why a Ridley down B, if you hit someone which has 0 knockback but does 50% damage, will be a one-hit KO if Ike counters it. Whereas if you do a fully charged Shulk Smash Monado F smash and Ike counters it, it'll do the base. It'll do the minimum amount of damage, which is 10% plus the extras, so 12.5%.
Yeah.
And it'll knock them like a normal hit. Yep. It won't do much. So
you'll almost be punished on hit.
Yeah, exactly. It's like nothing. So that's another interesting fact that I can think of.
We all know the Shulk is going to switch to shield mode as he's getting countered.
Obviously.
And then speed mode. And
then it'll do literally nothing. Okay, let me
That's a good one.
Okay. There was one more real good one, but I fucking can't remember what it is. I know it's there.
Listen, I'm loading the gun.
Yeah, yep. Okay. No, I can't think of it off the
You have to! You've been abducted!
Okay, one more cool Smash fact. Okay. No.
Yes! You're getting killed here!
Okay. This is the last one I got. This is all I got. It's nothing really interesting.
Right.
The back hit of Ike's down smash is stronger than the early hit of Ike's F smash. Which if
when you mean early hit, do you mean like the initial hit of like on top of Ike?
You know when someone's behind the dwarf hitbox, the one behind his head?
Yeah, okay.
So that's pretty strong, right? You'd be like, wow, no, that's fucking Ike's F smash. That's going to kill me.
Yeah.
The back hit of Ike's down smash is stronger than that. Even though both are terrifyingly strong. Like, they'll kill very early.
That's less cool.
I know. I couldn't think of anything. I'm sorry.
But
yeah,
you live on the other two. The other two are very cool. And I can use the first one. So you live through that one. Mm-hmm. But don't be given 3 cool facts and be like, nah, I got 2. You can take those ones and I'll just get shot. It's all right. All right, so that's a good one. These ones are...
okay.
That one was just to see because I wanted to test your knowledge. Because I
Yep.
know you're really good at... Okay. This one's really funny. But I know you're really good at frame data and like you understand things about the game. You even discovered stuff about like Mewtwo up throws on...
Oh, okay, I've got my third fact.
Yeah, this is what I thought you were going to say.
Can I go back to my... Can I do an undo?
We'll go back.
So, all right. So,
I pull the bullet out of your head.
Yeah, so, everyone, you know how like you have the buffered short hop aerials, right?
Yes.
So what makes those so good is that you have your 3 frames of jump squat, and then say you do a buffered, neutral air or whatever.
Yeah.
Frame 1 of you being in the air will be frame 1 of the move.
Yeah.
Okay. So you can't do that with a full hop. Right? You can't, no matter what, because you have to be holding jump without the A button or an attack button, say the C stick being pressed.
Yes.
So frame 1, you're in the air. That's the frame you have to input the attack, so that frame 2 in the air of your full hop is when your move will start.
Yes.
So you lose a frame trying to do a full hop, right?
Yeah.
Now, this is the interesting...
I'm with you.
Yeah, is everyone following?
Everyone with us? Yes.
So a full hop aerial, you'll lose a frame. Now, everyone thought that that's you're limited to that, so you're stuck. If you want to do a buffered aerial from your jump, it has to be a short hop, or you'll lose a frame.
Yes.
However, there's a way around it, and it involves tap jump. So if
you've lost half of us, but keep going.
So if you use tap jump,
right,
when I start my jump, so say I start my hop with tap jump, then in the middle of my jump squat, I can do button jump plus A. The moment I'm in the air, I will have buffered a double jump plus the aerial at frame 1 of me being in the air.
But that almost always has to be like an up air or a neutral air, right?
No, because it can be the C stick that I can use. So I can be jump with tap jump, shoulder button jump, or I can move the joystick really quickly as well, which is how I do a double jump back air.
Right.
And the key feature here being frame 1 of me being in the air, I will have buffered a double jump plus an aerial on that frame. On frame 1 of being in the air.
Wait.
Does that make sense?
No.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Yeah.
So didn't you say that when you did the tap jump, it has to be A and B?
No. Oh, no. So tap jump as in my stick jump. I pushed up. So we're in frame 1 of my jump squat, maybe frame 2 of my jump squat.
Yeah.
I then push button jump plus A. Right. Yeah. Okay. I am now buffered.
Double jump,
and aerial for frame 1 of me being in the air, which means I can reach with tap jump. I can do effectively a full hop buffered aerial, which is literally not possible without tap jump.
Because your full hop is the same size as your double jump.
Roughly, yeah. So for like the obviously disadvantage is you burn your double jump, but in certain situations where you know you're going to get the hit and you know your combo was frame tight, and you're like, I can't reach them with a full hop because I will have lost a frame.
But I can do it with a
buffer double jump, stick jump, aerial, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm going to make a Twitter post about it. I haven't yet. But that's a cool fact.
That's really good. That sucks on some characters like crappy double jumps, like maybe Ganon.
Yeah. Obviously.
But I'm thinking like
Bowser?
Characters like Bowser,
100%.
Greninja.
Yep, Greninja, Falco. There are a number of characters like Theorycraft this would apply to. But the funniest one of them all is that it applies to Ike so badly because his up throw does not combo because you can't buffer an aerial, but you can with the tap jump, which means his up throw will combo in those circumstances, which is super funny. It's just like
hold on. You play with tap jump?
Yeah.
Okay.
And like the
have you been playing like the entire time that you've been playing Smash with tap jump?
Yes, I'm cursed. It's the worst. For the record,
I don't
please
know how you do that.
Do nobody ever turn it on. It is the worst. I use my double jump when I want to up B. It's like
yeah.
And
I've seen classic Jono switch to tap jump. He had button and he was like, well, the melee players, they play with tap jump and they're really good, and so does Nairo, and he's really good, and like it's way more precise. I'm like, I agree with you.
But there's
but please don't.
Yeah, it's only got a couple of really specific benefits. In every other way, it's inferior.
Okay.
Yeah.
You live.
Okay, I live.
You live.
All right,
that one's pretty cool.
All right.
We got some juicy before Twitter post knowledge, so that one's pretty sweet. What's happening? We were talking about some deep level theory. That stuff's like reminded me of like the super footstool combos that people would do. Oh, that's like that level of knowledge where people would get Lucas. Well, I was really thinking the Greninja.
Oh yeah,
like where they would have to do like the neutral P to like hover themselves. That stuff's dumb. Anyway, would you still play Ike if you had a psychic link and could communicate with him? Pretty cool, but he was constantly telling you to burn things.
Yes.
You would still do it?
Of course I would. I mean,
he'd lose a game and he'd be like, burn him.
Well, the thing is, when I'm playing, I already kind of have an experience that's kind of like that. Please let me explain. Let me explain before you jump to conclusions. When I'm playing...
This is fucked up in 2 levels. Let me just say that the psychic link that you claim to have and that, he's telling me to burn things.
Okay, let me
I'm listening.
So when I'm playing against certain characters...
Right.
There's no psychic link involved, but when I'm playing against them, I'm
feel
feeling so enraged that I want to burn things.
That has nothing to do with this.
No, let me get there. I promise you, I'm going to get there. So I have that experience, and I am fighting it. I spend a lot of time fighting the urge.
Jesus Christ!
Okay, and I almost always win over that urge.
All right,
and so
almost always.
Therefore,
but if you find any burnt bodies around, guys,
I know it might be. So therefore, if in this hypothetical situation where Ike is telling me to burn things, I would be able to overcome it.
Right, so there's no downside.
So it's fine. It's completely fine. I don't have to let go of Ike, so we're all good.
So Ike's like, you should try some more nair into forward air. That'd be really good. And you'd be like, yeah.
Exactly.
And they'd be like, also burn this guy. And you'd be like, wait.
And that's the part where I have to just employ my tactic of
been here before. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if Ike would be able to give you smash frame, like combo. He'd probably be like...
Biggie, swordy, hitty with the guy over there.
He'd be like, you fight with no honor. Or it'd be like, I fight for my friends. Also burn him. Jeez. No, that's a good one. I like that. I don't even know if I'd want a psychic link with any of the characters in Smash, honestly. That one turns me off right away.
Well, as long as it's only one playing, right? That was the...
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
he's not like communicating.
Yeah, I'm on the toilet.
You pour in your toilet, popping a big one, and then just be like, nice. Yeah, no, that'd be creepy. What WTF is this? This is, honestly, I'm asking the real questions here. If Psychic Link with Villy would be like...
I feel like you popped in halfway through my please let me explain, and it sounded bad, but I did bring it home. I brought it home, right?
Yeah, you did. I honestly, I feel you. I get tilted by some... I remember playing against Kajek and playing against his Sheik and just being like letting out my anger while I played and him like giggling and laughing as I was just playing, this is bullshit. And I remember like getting up afterwards and people looking at me like, are you okay? But it's like, you're never mad, right? Like, when it's okay to get mad at Smash as long as you're not toxic. That's the biggest thing I think.
I 100% agree. There's almost nobody that I have interacted with who's gotten mad is toxically mad at all. It's always like contained to that moment and maybe 2 minutes afterwards kind of thing.
And it's always like being angry is funny and complaining is like entertaining if you do it in the right way. One of my favorite like little clips of videos of all time is the guy who's playing like Call of Duty and he's like, why is it whenever I flashbang somebody, I'm throwing a fucking napkin at their face?
Yeah, I've seen that.
And then when someone flashbangs me, a big black dude named Requise puts a bag over my head and beats the shit out of me. That's one of my favorite clips of all time. And even like Dr. Disrespect, I love watching him when he gets mad. Because that's just funny.
Wait, is that low tier hero?
No. That guy's actually toxic.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I was like, that dude, I watched the most recent one where he's playing that Dorf. I can't remember. He just gets his ass whooped and he's like, you are trash, man. And he's just going on.
No, this guy, what is his name? Low tier hero? Low tier god? He is like one of the worst people of all time to ever pick up a video game controller. He is, all right, low key a racist, but I don't want to get into it. Yeah. But he's like racist to black people.
Oh. Okay, I didn't know it was that.
Yeah. But also, he's so awful in his streaming. Like, someone will be like, hey, dude, you can punish this on block with this. And he'll be like, get your ass banned. Don't give me tips. I'm better than you. And it's like, what the fuck, dude? Like, what is wrong with you? I like watching people because they're entertaining when they get angry. But this guy is just, like, actually...
Yeah, he definitely left a bad taste in my mouth when I watched like one clip from his stream.
You're so bad.
Yeah,
just like, well, then beat him. Like,
100%.
He's one of those people. So I don't want to get too much into it because, he is a nutcase. But you know what's so funny, right? Most people might not know about this. He's always been a Street Fighter player.
Oh, okay.
And he goes into Street Fighter 5 and he's all right. He plays Urien, who's like completely busted. Who's like almost Bayonetta levels of just like will combo your ass to death. But he's playing this character and he says that nobody who plays Smash will ever beat him in Street Fighter because it's so much more difficult and you'll never
There's more depth.
Yeah, like it's more depth. You'll never transition into doing this.
Yeah.
And Anti beat him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then posted the clips up on Twitter.
That's the best.
And it was like in a best of 5 too.
I didn't even know that.
He beat him, And then, like, they didn't post anything. And he was like, try that shit on my Nash. Like, my main, who was playing Nash at the time. Like, I'll destroy you. And then I think he got, like, perfected in one of the sets as well. So I'm not a huge fan of Anti, but I was when he did that.
Yep.
I was like, this guy is legit. So we have one thing over, like, the toxic Street Fighter players.
That's good.
At least, yeah. So that's a real big plus. I think we'll take a quick break because I drank a whole thing of coffee, and I haven't had water since before a bike ride I had today. So I'm just going to go grab some extra hydration, get myself back. I found a vid on the tech Ari described, instant double jump.
I didn't know there was a video on it.
Damn, your Twitter post is ruined.
No, that's right. I've got a number of other things that I was gonna be like, this is a post for tap jump players like Ben, for example, or like Grumbly. There's a couple of them. And
you got to get it out for Ben while he's over in the US. You got to get him that knowledge as soon as possible.
Yeah, I will still post it.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Break time.
Okay. And we're back. Hopefully you got some water and you're as hydrated as I am.
Yep.
I'm feeling way better already.
Better. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, coffee makes me pee. So it's always good to replace what's going out. Yeah. So I didn't really have much to come back with. I should have thought of more to talk about, but I'll be honest. I was thinking we start to go into Twitter and Twitch questions.
Okay.
Because I feel like they give me really good topics to talk about.
Yeah.
Twitter questions are always really good as well because like they stew for like a week or however long it is.
Yeah.
And then you really get to... I sometimes have a look at them for inspiration, for like one of the questions I'd be asking or the topics and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But they're also really good because it's democracy. Look at this, 16 hearts on Weeb. How does he always get like the most voted
because
on?
he's the number one Tournameta Podcast fan.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, he always gets on here. Okay, Weeb. If you put in the hard work and you believe in yourself, maybe you'll make it onto the podcast. Probably not. All right, so Weeb asks, can you please explain to the court about why you've never eaten a burrito, your pizza sauce crimes, and your other insane eating hang-ups? I didn't know you had eating hang-ups, so this is very interesting.
So, as a kid, I was very, very fussy.
Right.
So, like, I had one of those plates which separated all the foods.
Okay. That's not as bad.
And,
right.
And so, basically, I didn't eat pizza, burgers at all, like hot dogs, sausage rolls, pies. I still don't eat pies now.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah, so at all, none of that.
Burgers?
But I grew up. So I grew up with like because my dad's Armenian,
right?
So I grew up eating like very very freaky weird looking foods that you guys would be like, what is that? But it's actually good. You would like it. Trust me.
Well,
anyway, and then slowly over time, I've recognized that it's completely in my head. It's not that they taste bad, it's that I'm imagining they taste bad.
Because of like what you've grown up on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so I can't do meat pies.
Yeah.
I've managed to break...
I can't do meat pies either. They're kind of gross. I
can't break... Yeah, I can't get through with that one.
But you've broken through with pizza?
Pizza, obviously, yep. Pizza when I was like 15, maybe 16.
Pizza parties at school suddenly got to you? You were like, you know what?
And burgers. I had my first burger like maybe when I was like 20, something like that. Yeah, I know.
I'm staring at the people can't see at home, but I'm staring in disbelief.
I know.
Burgers are like 70% of what my body is made up of.
They're definitely huge for me now, but I just couldn't do it because I'm like, it's just composed of so many different ingredients.
Yes!
And it's like, but I can do it now. And it's like, there's little things like mayonnaise, I'm just like, baby mayo from like a Japanese restaurant.
Is understandable. Yeah, Japanese mayo is always like top tier.
And the pizza sauce crimes are okay. So to me, this is perfectly normal. That I would get extra sauce on my pizza. Right? Okay, it feels normal, right?
Okay.
According to Weeb, Kyle, who works at Domino's, that is an absurd thing to do because of I don't even know, apparently what it looks like when it's going in. I don't really know why, but
I don't agree with it. I'm going to say that. I'm like going to be like a dirty centrist on a very political issue here.
Yeah?
But I don't agree with it. And I think that super pizza fans are like either one way or the other. I used to hang out with Urisk. And, like, we would get pizza together, and he'd be like, I want creme fraiche sauce. He would have, like, the ultimate pizza recipe. Like, he'd be like, this is how you pizza. And honestly, he was onto something. But he was like, creme fraiche sauce with extra barbecue.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, what the fuck did you just say?
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
He'd be like, creme fraiche sauce, and then you put barbecue on it, but the extra. Yeah. Extra barbecue on it. I'd be like, what the... Yeah, I'd be like, wow, what? That's what I said. But he honestly like was a genius with pizza, and it's because he used to work at a pizza place.
Okay.
But man, I don't know. Sauce sometimes is like that's enough.
It's a little bit too much sometimes, but because like the thing is, I'm too afraid to ask, hey, can I get 1.5 sauce? So
1.5.
Well,
what
like,
do you mean,
like I want extra,
Oh, right, yeah.
and so they go, "You want extra? I'll give you double." And I'm like, no. But I already feel wacky asking for that.
For extra
so I'm like,
sauce.
hey, but can I get extra, but only 1.5? Like, there's just no way to express that in a way where they don't dislike
say you're
me.
allergic to 2 times sauce. But I don't know. Hey, it's like ask for 1.5. Do it. Assert dominance.
I still.
And Weeb, who is in the next room.
He's literally in there. We just heard him yell.
He's yelling. And then he's also now in the chat. No one fucking orders extra sauce. It's not a thing. All right, can anyone back up Ari in the chat right now? Has anyone else asked for extra sauce on their pizza?
Come on.
I'm going to order extra sauce now.
Someone's going to
put on top of
I
the pizza.
know. Yes, Kajek, Chris.
Yay.
I knew someone would pull through for me.
Yeah.
See?
All right. It's confirmed semi-normal.
Okay, yep.
But 1.5 is probably not.
It's like too far.
It's too far.
I'm too scared to ask.
Do you go straight always the tomato sauce, or does it like okay?
Oh, yeah.
So you don't go like meat lovers with extra barbecue?
No. I had a phase where I did meat lovers, but I'd swap out the barbecue for tomato sauce.
Okay, that's weird.
Yeah, I know. My brother got me onto it. He's like, no, you got to try this, and I did it. And then so I have this tendency with food in general. So I have this tendency to like I've only really noticed it recently. Like where I will find something that I like and I will just hammer the shit out of that one thing and I'll just obsess over that one thing.
All right.
And so, like I'll have my phases with my pizza and that like right now it's Hawaiian with extra sauce.
My skepticism grows by the minute. It just keeps going. All right, wait a second. Hawaiians, I think Hawaiian people get way too much shit because I think pineapple does go on pizza.
It does. The acidity cuts through the oiliness of the pizza.
Right. And also pineapple is not on enough stuff. It's really yummy.
Yeah.
And,
still look at Domino's. I've
literally once.
All right.
We'll go to the next one.
Yep.
Oh, I want to say, how do you feel about vegetables in general? Do you go hard on vegetables on your pizza? Because I know people are like meat, onion. That's it.
Nah, not really. Not vegetables. Maybe capsicum on a pizza that's made at home.
So you're not like mushroom?
No, I hate mushrooms.
I used to hate mushrooms. I feel like I'm... Okay, anyways, we'll go to the next one.
Yep.
We don't want to talk about pizzas all day.
Yep.
Next highest voted was Millis.
Mm-hmm.
If Buff Ike didn't exist and it was only Twink Ike, would you still be a Mewtwo main?
Of course. I'm not playing the
Twink
young...
Ike.
It's the sounds that he makes. It's like...
I was just vomiting.
Oh, okay. No.
If that's the sound
No, you guys, you
makes.
don't realize how big of a deal. Like the sound of the sword's the same. That's lovely. But it's the and like it's like you guys probably hate the sound of both Ikes yelling, naring at you. But I hate the sound of the young Ike's nair. And the way when he ethers, he like it's more of a squeal in my ears than it is. Yeah, I'm not a fan. Yeah, so yes, I would be a Mewtwo main to answer your question, Millis.
Yeah, that makes sense. I'm still salty about how they changed the whoa on Crash.
The whoa?
Yeah, it used to be like a real crunchy whoa, and now it's
is it different now?
whoa.
Why?
Because
I don't know. They just did it.
They probably thought it was a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I don't want to talk about Crash because I'm on a Crash diet right now, not to talk about him. Because it's just going to cut me every time I watch a Smash Direct. It's just going to be awful. Flex was 14 likes. Mm-hmm. What is your training regime like for Smash? I feel like I've heard what other PR players in Queensland have done, but I haven't heard yours.
Well, every Thursday, Piss Gang sesh at Joz's house and then my house, alternating every second week.
Shout outs to Piss Gang.
Yeah, Piss Gang coming through with the good training.
That's hella Northside right there.
And yeah, so I'm Sunshine Coast. And Joz is Caboolture, which is in between Sunshine Coast and Brisbane.
So it makes sense for you guys up there.
Yeah, so we alternate. And then so that's with a group, and we do like rotations. Then we have then I usually would do, so with DFS, Dave, we do a 1v1 session on a Tuesday, maybe sometimes a Monday.
Right. Putting it together in my head.
Yeah. So. And then, but now that Dave has moved away, me and Joz end up just doing our 1v1 session.
Where's DFS moved? Is he still in Brisbane?
Yeah, he moved to Brisbane.
Okay,
he lives on the coast. And then, basically, that's like the time that I will do the practicing.
Yeah.
But I will be theory crafting like all day kind of thing. Like not all day, but like when I'm at work and just sort of I'm procrastinating. I'm like, I wonder if I can use my down smash to punish neutral get up.
That's the one thing that all of the top players have said, that they'll say like, I think about Smash just in my free time and just think about like scenarios and how to solve them.
Yeah, and sometimes you come up with stuff like, for example, I learnt everything about how Ken's focus attack works, and I realized how to crack the armor, and I have one move that can do that.
Is it like...
It's F Smash.
Okay,
F Smash can break the armor. No, Eruption actually can't if you...
That's nuts.
Yeah, but it's obviously under specific conditions because focus armor will get stronger over time. But yeah, stuff like that. That's I'll come up with ideas, try them out in friendlies, try them out Tuesday, try them out Thursday, go to the tournament, try out my ideas for how to...
So you got the whole system organized.
Yeah. Yep. And then, that's pretty much it. Like, I don't... To be honest, with labbing and training mode, I don't do very much of that in terms of, like, repetitions of repeating something. I will do it in friendlies.
It's like a beginner sort of thing where you're sort of, like...
If there's something I want to work out, I'll be like, I'll just jump into training mode and check. That's about it.
Chirupon asks, why do you have time for those? Usually we're not doing Twitch questions yet, but I feel like it's a good question.
For what?
For like the entire training schedule you have. How do you find the time for that?
I don't know. I don't sleep that much. I go to bed late every night.
Jesus Christ, it's a scary thing to say.
Yeah,
I don't sleep that much.
Like I go to bed late and I get up early because obviously I have a full-time job.
Right.
So I just work it around work. It works. It's obviously like I have soccer on Monday and then like girlfriend time on Wednesday and like whatever. But I have roughly a schedule. It's not a schedule, but roughly.
Fair enough. Yeah, no. I feel like people just got to work around that. Yeah, shouts to soccer. Sacrifice other parts of your life.
Yeah. That's exactly right.
Yeah, it's all about prioritizing. And the next question we got, I'm looking at 11 hearts. Are they hearts? Are they likes? Are they upvotes? Are they updates? Can you pinpoint something in your day and or mentality that you saw break through when being a PR contender to the level of play you're currently at now?
Okay. I definitely... One thing that Ben Gold said to me a while ago. So I asked Ben Gold, I was like, how do you beat Jace? How do you even go into a set? Doesn't he just read everything you're going to do?
Yeah.
And Ben said, the first thing Ben said to me is like, what you have to do is recognize that Jace is just another player.
Yeah.
You go into the set, recognize he's just another player. He is going to have habits that you can exploit.
Man, this is some early Ben Gold thing. I can see Ben Gold in what you're saying.
Yeah.
If you ask Ben Gold that now, he'd go, no.
No. That's what he said to me. And when I got to the point where I was not losing to everyone who was around my skill level. And I was always making it to the Shadru, to the Shitashi, to the Flex round where I'd be versing one of them.
Yeah.
And I had to do away with the thought that they're just
unbeatable player.
Finn is just going to know everything I'm thinking, right?
Yeah.
And then the moment you do that, you see the cracks in their gameplay. And the moment you do that, it then becomes just a battle of how can I make myself not feel nervous when I'm playing against them.
Yeah.
And every week, you just keep coming every week and versing the same people, copying the same loss every single time, and eventually you get that one win. And that one win is the thing that you use to then go, no, he's just a man.
Yeah.
Shadru is just a man.
He bleeds.
Yeah.
He bleeds.
Yeah. And so that I would say once I had that realization that the people I was playing with were just players themselves who had their own weaknesses, their own habits that could be exploited. That was when I broke through and I was able to start beating them, and it just seemed normal.
Yeah.
And then I was like, wow, it's like I can just win. And,
these guys are idiots.
Yeah. So yeah, exactly. And then every now and again, throw in a couple suicide up Bs, and that is how I started.
Right.
Yeah.
No, that's something that I think I don't get that for myself. I always see players as players, but what you said that when it was like how to control your nervousness was something that really clicked with me. Because it's not always that you have to like see your opponent in a certain light. It's also that you have to be in control of yourself.
Yes.
There are certain players who will get in their own head more than they will understand that it's about like a certain amount of respect for your player or your opponent.
A huge thing I noticed is sometimes, I will be on my last stock, and the other person, whoever it is, it's one of the 10 PR players, they'll be on 3 stocks but high percent.
Yeah.
And I'll be so tilted by the stock I just lost as well.
Yes.
And there'll be times where I not threw, but like kind of gave up, and then of course lost, which is what, of course that's what happened. But I noticed that there were these few times where I would go, they're just a back air away from being on only 1 stock ahead of me.
Yeah.
Then all I got to do is put up percent. And there was those few times where I actually won. And when I looked back on that, I look back on those times and I'm like, it is possible. And the only times you can ever make a comeback like that
is
the times when you believe you actually
it's
can.
It's so corny.
Yeah, but it's literally
Jesus
the truth.
Christ.
But now the fact that has happened kind of supports me in the future times when I'm in those same situations where I'm a stock down. It's like, all I got to do is just get a couple of hits, and now they're at 60, and now that, you know what I mean? And so
people like try and play more risky when they're behind, in a sense that they're like, I got to make something happen, and that's like almost the path to dog shit mentality.
But I think what's even more risky is the people who go, fuck this character, like they lose their stock, they're like, fuck this, and they just run out and they don't care about their last stock, and you're like, you don't know how much you could have done with that 0 to 120 or whatever it is.
Think about how tilting it is to get reverse 3-stocked, and then think about being able to do that to your opponent. So next time you're down 2 stocks, just be like, thanks, idiot. Now I'm going to tilt you off the face of the earth.
Thanks for the rage, dickhead.
Thanks for the rage, dickhead. Top 10 quotes of all time from Kenny.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. So we'll go to the next one. Some awesome knowledge you dropped on the last one. But sad hour, not a question, but please tell people about Tomato Sam Boys. They deserve to know. Don't. I disagree.
Tomato Sam Boys.
But go ahead and tell everybody.
Okay. Atomic Tomato Sam Boys is a particular flavor of chip, obviously. But okay, it has the quality of eating one and you're like, it's pretty good. But there's this like background taste that builds up as you're eating them, and like you just can't like
I agree.
Stop. Do you know what I mean? And like, and I thought I was the only one. Me and my friend Josh, I thought like we were the only ones who knew about this, because you can only get them IGA. For some reason, you can't buy them at Woolies.
Yeah. And
then one day, I can't remember where it was, but Finn had a bag, and it was like, I was like, no fucking way, dude. Those are my favorite.
No, what you've described was also the reason that I am not up about Tomato Sam Boys, because they're cursed. It's like they get a grab a hold of you, and then they're building up an evil inside of you. I don't agree with it, but I will agree that reality is real. Like, they will build up, and they will, like, you'll just be cramming them in your mouth. Yeah. And I don't know what it is.
It accumulates this taste. I don't know.
It's not even addiction, though. It's like... It's some magic sauce they got.
Yeah, there's something in them. MSG or something. I don't know. It's got a property. It's got a property to it.
Got a property. It's cursed.
Yeah.
It's cursed or blessed. It's one of the two. But that's true. Yeah. What about, would you say that's like the best flavor of chip? I'm gonna already like put you on blast. You're gonna have to say what your favorite flavor is, and people are gonna kill you for it.
So my favorite flavor of chip that's my favorite flavor. However, there is a chip brand that is now the best. All right. It's called Blackstone. You can only get it at Aldi.
Yeah,
it's so good. They're cooked in like sunflower oil. I don't even know, but it is so. It's just like they're hell addictive. Every flavor tastes similar, but like
it's like the Kettle, but they made it at Aldi, and they've done something right that Kettle hasn't.
Yeah, Kettle has this like brittle likeness to them.
That's like 50% oil.
Yeah,
you can like see through the chips.
Yeah. Blackstone are toned down on the oil. It's the best brand. Chili is probably the best one for the Blackstone. Only at Aldi.
I agree. Yep. I agree. Chili's always up there.
Yep.
I'm so glad you didn't say sea salt. Umbrella said sea salt to me the other day. I felt like just walking away. He clarified sea salt is one of his favorites. Yeah, it's reliable.
Oh, those are the old trusties. Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah.
You go to a party, someone's got a bowl of sea salt chips, you take a couple and you're like, okay, I didn't die.
Yeah, I got some chips.
Not so bad. Yeah. Anyways, we'll go to the next one. Number 9 upvotes. I missed Ladrus, but we're going to go now. What are you working on improving right now?
The main things that I'm focusing on right now are, so I got a couple of combo optimizations, like obviously nairing up on the platform. Platform extensions, and like hitting a front hit a nair, trying to get a back air, that kind of thing.
Yep.
But then more like abstractly, I'm trying to get good at punishing people's defensive habits, because I've noticed that I've been able to now start recognizing them. Like, it just all of a sudden I started being, it's like I would see the same.
You're calling
spot
it out.
Yeah.
But you're not doing anything about it.
Yeah, like someone will neutral air dodge, land, then spot dodge, and they would just fucking do it every time. And for some reason, my stupid brain would go, oh, I'm just still going to try and grab them because there's no way they're going to do it a sixth time. But they do because they've been getting away with it.
And it's working.
That one is like the main thing. And the other main thing that I'm focusing on is the kind of the reverse, where it's like I can now start to see my own habits. Like when I notice, sometimes you're playing and you're like, they just know everything I'm doing. Somehow I'm getting punished every single time and I feel like I can't do anything. It's like when that's happening, what's actually happening is you have a habit that you have not recognized that they have recognized and they are abusing.
Which happens a lot more in Ultimate, I think.
Yeah, definitely. Because some options are so much more spammable, such as like jump. Yeah. Jumping is very spammable. Like you don't.
And then you keep getting slapped and you're like, how is this happening?
Yeah,
but it's very clear that people are starting to catch on.
Yeah, and noticing. So the main things I'm focusing on are like punishing the defensive habits that I'm noticing.
Yeah.
Or even further back than that, noticing the defensive habits to begin with, and noticing them on myself, and trying to mix them up. Basically, like I'm constantly landing with Nair in the same timing, so that's why Finn is able to parry it and up tilt me. For example,
it's different to autopiloting. A lot of people will say that like. That they might feel like they understand it, well, like you're autopiloting, you're doing the same things, and you can't feel like you're controlling your character as much.
Yep.
There's a really good video if you do have problem with that, just how to get rid of autopiloting. It's by a guy who plays Peach back and forth, but what he says is really valuable. He just says, just do stuff you've never done before, even if it's really stupid. Autopilot is like a zone, and all you have to do to get out of it is break the zone. It's like you watch Naruto.
No.
Okay. In Naruto, there's this thing where like they'll be put under genjutsu, which is like a false reality. Like they'll be tricked into seeing something or hearing something or experiencing something. It's basically like a CC, a stun, where they'll just be like unconscious or something. And what they do is they have to recognize they're in a genjutsu and then just break it out. Right? But like that's the same thing with autopilot. As soon as you're in it, and all you have to do is break out by doing something. Don't boo me for Naruto. No. Naruto is a show of a generation.
This is the weeb we're talking about, though. I mean, like
he's got probably like 50 better animes that he's trying to recommend in the chat, but Naruto stinks. Oh, come on, guys! I really liked Naruto. But yeah, no, that's I feel like how do you get out of autopiloting? But what you were saying is you're recognizing that you're doing certain habits.
Yep.
And like it's not that you see them and you can't stop. It's like you're trying to think about how do you change them before you're punished.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, I have. Simple example will be getting up from the ledge. Let's just say like I've neutral got up 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
I'll be like, my goal now will be to
mix it up.
Yeah, on the 4th time, I now know that they know that I might do that again. Now I'm going to mix that up. But obviously I'm going to take that and put it in a much more complicated scenario where it's not as clean cut as the option from ledge, where it's the option when I'm in the air and they're below me, and it's super niche, but being able to recognize, oh, this is that scenario again. Yeah. This is where I have to do the mix up. Noticing those complicated situations and finding what specific option change. What do they know that I'm going to do so that I can catch them before they punish it.
That's super next level. It's more of a read level of looking at things. One of the things that I think happens at this level is like you almost get caught by something, right? You go for the regular get up and they're already charging F smash and you go, damn, I should stop regular getting up. And you go one of 2 ways. You either go the way that you're going where you're like, okay, I'm going to mix it up preemptively, watch what they're doing and sort of mix it up. And people who go, all right, I almost got hit in that scenario, but at the same time, they F-smashed and then I was right in front of them. So let me see if I can like play around it by getting close to the danger. Because there's certain players, I was playing against Iro recently, but there's also a lot of Ultimate kids, I don't want to name names, but they like get into a scenario where they almost get red, and then they just go, I'm going to get in the same scenario, and I'm going to crap on you for it, going to play right around you, almost punishing me. And they like total you. I'm not naming them. I feel like if we start naming players, especially on the podcast, when we start picking people out, it's all right for a certain thing, but like I don't know all the Ultimate players. And what happens is like some people might feel left out, like I'm not respecting them. I don't have time to watch everybody's games. All I have time for is listening to people talking about certain players and then maybe watching their games. I'm just going to put that out there.
I'm with you.
Anyways, back to romance with the game, but we're going to move on because we've got a lot of questions. Daniel, Recon Truth. Oh, we're going Gravy. No, we're going Daniel.
Okay.
What was going through your mind when you suicide down aired Sad Hour to win that Rambat? The classic. Yeah. I've seen this one.
Okay, so I think leading up to that moment, I got grabbed and I was above 160 by Snake, and if everyone knows that's up tilt time.
Yeah.
A grenade blew us both up at that very moment, and so I got back to stage. I can't really remember that maybe another grenade blew me up. I'm at 180.
Yeah.
And I think I knocked him off stage with a fair or a back air. And literally, the exact thing that went through my mind is, fuck this, I'm already dead.
Yeah.
And I went, I'm going to go all the way out and forward air him. I went out, and then he went low, and then I just pulled back, and I was like, I'm going down with him. And then it just hit. And I was like, I literally said, what the fuck, when it happened. Because it was one of those things where it's not this calculated, like, I planned that out. I literally had given up the stock. I was like, it's done. I'm dead. I'm already dead.
It's like I'm either super retarded or I'm a genius.
Yeah, and it just paid off. It just paid off, and it just worked out. And so that ended up being the win.
That's nice.
Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's the perfect through the eyes of...
yeah.
I completely understand. Don't copy Mika Jack. We got the second question. Last stock Rage Ari is one of the best things in QLD Smash. Definitely agree.
You just go for shit. The stock's over.
Yeah, like when you're at like 180, it's like, oh man.
You just push your advantage.
You're living on borrowed time.
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, it's either die going for it, rather than die to some stupid tilt when they're on stage because they got back.
Exactly. Yeah. Or just like almost a jab at that rate.
Yeah.
You're very much known for studying up on your opponents. What do you look for when watching your own VODs?
Oh, I didn't see this question. Okay.
AK
when I'm watching my own, also watching myself, so usually what I do is when I will see, for example, what moves did they touch my shield with that I could have ethered, for example. Because ether is up B.
That's like level 1, right? Where you're watching through the...
When I'm watching through, I'm like, okay, Snake up tilt, I can ether that. You know what I mean? Like, there'll be moves where they'll touch my shield and I should have been ethering like all those times.
Yeah.
Or what moves did they hit my shield and then hit a second time where I could ether armor through it.
Yeah.
That's the kind of thing I look for, like specifically with
like Fox up tilting.
Yep, Fox landing with Nair, then jab. I have enough time to do an ether in between that and armor through it.
Wow.
So it's stuff like that. And the other main one is like sometimes there's this kind of I have this feeling like where I'm watching myself play and I know the feeling of what I want it to do, and then I see myself do it, and then I see them punish it. Right. So in the game. In the next time I'm playing, I'm like, remember that sort of scenario? It's usually at ledge and it's usually ledge jump.
But then it's like, don't listen to it.
Yes, exactly. And I'm trying to locate. So the ledge jump examples are probably like the best one. But I usually try to locate as many of those instances where I felt the urge to do the jumping or whatever it was, and then go, this is that time. Okay, don't do the thing now. You know what I mean?
I feel like zoners can really use that.
Yes.
Because zoners will a lot of the time like go in when they're not supposed to. And like you'll be after the game and be like, I should give them advice and just tell them to zone me more. But then you'll be like, hey, good games. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
But zoners, if you're watching back your game, like play with like, forget what... It's good if you haven't seen your VOD in like a couple of weeks and you're actually not 100% sure of what you did in the game.
Yes.
Because then you'll be like, okay, I'm going to play through me and see what I do. And then be like, all right, I got punished by that. But why did I stop, like, for instance, PK firing Marby? And I'm just... he's a good zoner, but, like, why did I stop PK firing and go in for, like, a Zair or a Nair or whatever it is? Like, why did I stop?
Yeah.
Because they weren't dealing with it.
Yeah.
Look at all the times they were dealing with it. And you might be like, oh, well, the second PK fire, they went in on me. And it's like, yeah, but you did the same movement twice in a row. You got to, like, if you're going in when your character probably shouldn't, then you've made a mistake. But if you're doing the same thing over and over again, you're not using the best of your character. Yeah. You know, like you have the ability to do lots of different things with zoning.
Yeah. I agree. And it's kind of like you have to be able to recognize the similar scenarios as they pop up.
Yes.
And recognize what options you have in those scenarios and see, oh, there's this one scenario where I'm just repeatedly doing the same thing and I'm not doing any mix-up. And that way, by watching it, you can help kind of program yourself to remember. You don't really. It's
This is why it reminds me is also like the ability to like recognize it and change it. You also have to be able to let go of like a lot of the different things that you think make you who you are, like a certain level of pride. Because I know a lot of Ultimate players now will be like, you know, I'm a Captain Falcon player or I'm a Wolf player, and you know who I am as I go in.
Yeah.
And then they'll be like, yeah, I made a mistake there, but if I got it though, it would have been pretty badass. And it's like, no, dude, you need to stop side being off the ledge. Like you're gonna win a game if you do.
That's so funny. I remember this set I had against there was one FNS where I played against Umko.
Yeah.
So I played against him for the first time since he busted out the new Diddy back to Diddy again.
Yeah.
So Umko was the first person to ever beat me in Ultimate. That was the first set I lost.
Ooh.
Did not play him again. I think I did not play as Diddy again. I only played as Me Gunner.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I ended up playing him at FNS. It was maybe a month ago, say, and he 3-0'd me. He just completely shut me down, shut down my whole attack. I couldn't work
Jesus
out.
Christ.
Didn't know what was going on. Anyway, so I make a losers run. Umko did fantastically that night. I think he made it through to like semis or something.
Right.
And I ended up facing him again in losers finals. And I had a specific plan that I wanted to go in with, which was instead of doing my normal thing, you know, me being Ike and I'm going to nair and I'm going to run in and grab whatever.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm going to play completely wackily different and I'm going to hide on the platform and try to wear him out.
Yeah.
And then it actually worked. And then I ended up, I think it was 3-1 or maybe it might have even been 3-0 back in my favor.
God
and
damn.
so I bit the bullet and didn't spam nair, didn't, you know, run and try and grab. I platform camped, which is just such a bizarre thing for me to have tried.
Right.
But so, yeah, I agree
But
with what
it
you're saying.
works,
It
yeah.
works, and that's like proof. That kind of thing, it makes a big difference. So I could have just played him again, done the same thing, got 3-0'd again.
That's especially relevant in tournament because people will want to like hold on to the things that are familiar to them. And that was like, if they do what's familiar in tournament, they'll be able to like reliably do the stuff that they want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But if you put yourself in unfamiliar situations, chances are the opponent's also in an unfamiliar situation too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And one of the best
so true.
examples of that is like when we had Jace go to like the first Evo, I think it was, that we sent him out to, or like that he made it to. He lost to a Toon Link that camped the top platform of Battlefield, and all they would do is get a bomb, jump up, and then throw the bomb down.
Yeah.
And that's like 90% of their game plan. That's where they started their game.
Yeah.
And Jace was like, what the fuck is this? And like, he didn't actually know how to respond. He lost to that player. Like, sure, you can figure that out.
Yeah.
But the fact that Jace, who was the best player in Queensland at the time, got put in a single unfamiliar situation and didn't have enough time to figure it out, just shows that like, all you have to do is find the unfamiliar territory in certain ways that to best your opponent.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's not always going to work. Yes, you also need to rely on your reliables and practice them, and that's why you need to practice them.
Yeah.
Anyways, Joz, how awkward has it got explaining? Can I just say how awkward is the way that you were writing this? How awkward has it been explaining Piss Gang to your Smash friends? Like, sorry, Joz.
To my non-Smash friends?
Yeah, your non-Smash friends.
So, it's funny because all of my non-Smash friends are all still casual Smash players, but they actually they still come to tournaments as well.
Right. So they love Piss Gang.
Yeah. So they're actually on the fence of trying to like they don't come to all the tournaments, but they are like they're keen to start playing.
Yeah.
But I somehow never ever brought up Piss Gang to them, right? But so we went to the most recent Ranbat. So a couple like my friend Jacob, he plays Crom, and he plays Roy, actually.
Yeah.
And my other friend, Graham, plays Mega Man. They came, and I remember they saw my name had PG next to it.
Yeah.
And, like, they had been seeing...
Panda Gaming!
They'd been seeing it everywhere. And then I just remember my friend Jacob comes up and he goes, What is Piss Gang? I was like...
Listen, kid.
Yeah, I was like, it's kind of hard to explain how it started, but I genuinely... don't think I've actually tried to explain it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
no, that's fair enough.
So that's about the depth of the awkwardness.
The first crew we tried to make with me and Pulse and MX and oh man, they're all gone. This is really sad naming them. But the first name we tried to make was Cum Squad 2016.
Yuck.
Yeah. And we were so afraid of like what people would think that we sent. I sent a message on behalf of Cum Squad to Shitashi being like, hey, if we make our name Cum Squad 2016, can we still appear on QLD Smash? Because you can totally like censor it and we won't mind. And he like took a second, he went, yeah, no, that's fine.
Cum Squad.
Cum Squad 2016.
That's terrible. That is terrible.
Honestly, I'm feeling like I should bring it back. We changed to Big Boys because we thought it was
that's a bit better. That's a bit better.
Yeah, Shitashi was totally down with it.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, what? Jack Sifano has said, what? Have you ever had an ice block not on a Thursday?
Okay.
What?
Okay. So
is this some inside piss gang?
Okay. So you know Woolies and Coles, in the Coles brand, they have these ice blocks.
Poles?
Yeah, the ice blocks. They're just like the most generic ice blocks you've ever seen.
Yeah.
You can buy 20 for $3.
But still solidly mid-tier.
Yeah, they're solid mid-tier. Mid-tier ice blocks. You get lemonade flavor, apple flavor, orange flavor, raspberry flavor. The best.
Yeah.
And when I eat one, because I have 19 more, I naturally will grab another one or two and eat them as I play. And every time we play on Thursday, I will keep reaching and probably eat 5 ice blocks in the night. Apparently, that's not normal. I didn't think it was that weird.
That's a lot. That's a lot.
I mean, it like one ice block is like a bottle of Gatorade worth of sugar. It's not that much, really, if you think about it. I mean, I know I'm trying to justify myself.
That just made it worse.
But yeah, and so
you'd be better off freezing Gatorade bottles.
Yeah. Well, the answer to the question is yes, I have, but just I don't go in strings like I do because we're playing.
I mean, if you go 6 on a Thursday, what happens to the other 14, right? So it's obviously going to be going over the entire part of the week.
Exactly.
At Aldi, they do those platter pops.
What are they?
They're 20 they're like 10 just chocolate-coated milk ice cream. You know, like not actual ice cream, like frozen milk.
Yeah.
They're like 10 of those. And they're the most basic, like we didn't even bother chocolate ice cream they could do, like chocolate-coated ice cream.
Yeah.
But I fucking love them.
Yeah?
Anyone who
I
knows
definitely
what I'm talking about.
want to try one of those.
The Crowns are also really good at Aldi. They're like better than Cornettos.
Crowns as in the Arnott's biscuit?
No.
Oh, I was going to say, that's my favorite biscuit.
Oh, no, it's Aldi.
Ah, okay. Oh, yeah. Aldi has the
ice
best shit. Aldi has the best shit.
Yeah. The next topic for the podcast is I'm just bringing in a regular Aldi employee. And we're just going to be talking about how great Aldi is the entire time. All right. Have we got more questions?
Yep. What have we got?
Gravy Dice, I suppose, is next.
Yep.
For lack of a better word, you seem like a normie. Jesus Christ.
No judgment here.
What the hell was an opening to a question is this? And you didn't know about Undertale. You're talking about being a normie, and now you're talking about Undertale Sands. All right. I got to calm down. Until the me costume, judgment here. What other games have you played and are playing, or is the Smash only game you're playing right now?
Smash is the only game I'm playing right now.
Right.
But I know what he means. It's like, he means in the sense that for example, Kyle Weeb one time was talking. We're driving down to Brisbane, and he's like, oh, that's just like in Dark Souls. And I was like, oh, what anime is Dark Souls?
Ooh.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, Jesus Christ! You opened a can of worms there.
Yeah, I know. So I legitimately didn't know, but like I'm not entirely don't entirely fit under that banner. Like when I grew up, all I did was I played video games. I played like
big Nintendo fan, right?
Yeah, Donkey Kong Country 2, best game ever made, kind of thing. Those are the types of games that I just played the shit out of.
Yeah.
But then I had this break where I missed Melee. I played 64 all the way up until 3 years ago. I didn't know about
Melee.
No, I didn't know about Melee. I went straight to Brawl for 2 games, and my friend were like, "This is fucking weird," and we just went straight back to 64, and we just played that all the way until
you missed Melee.
Yeah, I know, and I never got over it because I now see what I missed. I could have had that much practice in a good game.
Ari plays Smash and Diddy Kong Racing.
Oh yeah,
that's legit.
Yeah, Diddy Kong Racing. I finished that game so many times.
Didn't you know that Crash Team Racing is out on Switch now?
Okay, I've heard it's good. I haven't tried it yet.
No one's tried it. I recommend it to everyone, and everyone goes, "Yeah, cool, sounds good." And then they
just don't.
They just don't.
Yeah.
But it's so good. Yeah. It's so good. I'm so sick of recommending it and never hearing back, but you should play it.
Okay, I'll give it a try.
I'm going to be honest. Sticking to something and serious repetitive behavior is a sign of autism. I'm not trying to be mean.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it is. Autists will have an obsession over something, but usually it's that is their obsession for all life.
Yeah.
So they'll be like, okay, I'm a Star Wars fan.
Yep.
That's all they're going to be a fan of.
Oh, okay.
And they'll know everything about Star Wars. And so things that usually have deep lore are
Yep.
better for autists to get into because they have so much about them. It's called a special interest. Well, look, and that's a sign. But like the thing is that everyone's on the spectrum. But
Yeah.
I'm gonna joke about you being an autist.
Really?
Because of the you missed Melee. How does that?
I don't know.
Because you
I
were
just-
so into Smash 64.
We just did 10. We just did. Me and my friend. We just did every night. We did 10 stock. Captain Falcon versus Kirby. I was Kirby on Sector Z.
Right.
Just over and over again.
Okay.
And we had a specific set of items that we had put on because that we thought we were competitive.
Look, the joke goes that one side of the coin was autism and the other side of the coin is like ADHD and ADD. Because I'm somebody who like will play a game and not even finish it.
Yeah.
And like move on to something else.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm just like rapid fire. Give me games to consume.
Yeah, I know.
It has to be different.
I just like, it's like I finished Donkey Kong Country 2 like over and over again. And like, it's one of those games where I'll always go back and just play through.
I get that. There are some games that I will like get an emulator just to be like, I gotta play this again.
Yeah.
There's some games.
Yeah.
Simpsons Hit and Run.
I never played that.
Yeah, no, look, if you keep saying that, I'm becoming less and less surprised. But it's true. But yeah, there's certain games that like I feel like are really good for repetitious play, and Smash 64 has obviously got to be one of them. And like my whole family has like on my mum's side has ADD and ADHD, so they're like the kinds of people who will move on to the next thing all the time. So it makes sense in terms of what my game.
I get what you mean about the coin. Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I understand. Yeah.
And I've stuck with Smash. For like, I don't know how many years it's been, but it's been a lot of years. So it's Smash and maybe not Donkey Kong, but racing games are the type of games that you can be like, I don't need to play anything else.
Yeah.
This is the game that I want to play.
Yep. Yeah, I find, I don't know, it's different now with Smash. It's more of a sport thing, right?
Yeah.
Like than it is a gaming thing, whereas it originally was a gaming thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was just like the experience. Yeah, that's all right. And some people like, you also obviously a Pokemon fan. Someone came in here and said that I like how you pretended not to be a normie, but what you didn't want to be a normie by saying Charizard was your favorite. But you ended up saying that.
I played yellow, blue, red, gold, and silver, and that's it.
Okay.
Those are my games. I never got Crystal. The version of Crystal that I had, the battery little thing in it was broken and it wouldn't save.
Isn't Crystal fake?
No, Crystal's the... Sorry, maybe it's Diamond. I don't know.
Yeah, that's it, Diamond.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, Diamond. It was...
What about Emerald, Sapphire, Ruby?
I stopped.
So skip the generation.
Yeah, I stopped there, and then...
Then you got Diamond, but you didn't...
Yeah, no, I never... So I basically just think of it, gold as like the latest. Gold and silver were the latest I played.
That's a good one to finish on, though.
Yeah.
Those were good games.
Yeah, those were so addictive. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean Crystal, I meant Diamond. I definitely had a copy of a game where it wouldn't save. It was so annoying.
I had one that was Crystal.
Yeah?
But it was a...
Like a bootleg thing?
Yeah, but it was like an entirely different game.
Oh, what?
It was like Phone Monsters. This is real. Someone can look this up. And it also didn't save.
Oh.
But it was poorly translated, and it was only because we couldn't find the save function. And I swear to God, me and Harry played this game, and we pressed every button there was possible in this game, and we couldn't find a save function.
I've still got the Crystal. I'm gonna
look it up.
I'm gonna take a picture and send it to you.
Does it have a weird deer thing?
Yeah.
That is a fake game, my bro. That's not a real Pokemon.
Okay, I am going to prove this. I still have it. I recently tried to replace the battery in it and it didn't work. But I've still got it. I've still got the game.
Is it like on the phone?
No. It's got like a... It's hard to explain it. Yeah. Anyway, let's yeah.
I'm tilted. This is some real stuff.
Yep.
What kind of Zoomer is Cap? I don't know. Anyways, there's a possible link. Crystal version. This better not be Vietnamese Crystal, though. That's fake. But that's like just poorly translated regular Pokemon.
That's the one. That's the one that I have. I have that exact one.
Is this Vietnamese Crystal?
Yep. Is this real? Third and final Generation 2 core series game for Game Boy Color. It was released as a solitary version to Pokemon Gold and Silver, which were released 1 year before. See?
Okay, I give up.
Yep, it was real.
I'm a bigger normie than anyone.
I don't know how I had a copy of that. That's so weird.
Yeah, no, but if anyone can look up my Fever Dream deer, that one is real. That one is real.
All right, excellent.
I'm a Zoomer confirmed.
Okay.
Sorry, guys, Crystal's real.
Yeah, Crystal's real. All right.
I was thinking Vietnamese Crystal.
Okay.
Which is definitely not real.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's keep going so I can stop being roasted in chat.
Yep.
What is a hunt? So how did you afford to drive to every event before you started winning? Yeah, that's Jesus Christ.
Well, I like I have a full-time job. I work 38 hours a week.
Oh, there you go.
And yeah, it was more just the time that it's hard to afford. But
yeah, no.
Yeah.
I at the moment, I've been working a lot. I completely understand.
Mm-hmm.
It's rough. Mm-hmm. Oh, we missed a 7 likes.
Ooh.
Churopon. Oh, wait, no.
Yeah? Okay. I can explain.
This is the fun.
I can explain the answer to that one.
No, there's 2 likes. But it is Sonic Man, and he's a big fan.
Yep.
Ike's best move, other than there.
Okay, so I'll explain. Joz already preemptively answered this one.
But I heard him answer the question a lot. He says it's up here.
Yeah, so I think if you were to rank each move within its own category, you'd be like that person's nair is a Ike's nair is a 9 out of 10 nair out of all the nairs in the game, all the moves that have that purpose for comboing.
True.
Ike's is 9 out of 10 or 9.5 out of 10. But out of all the juggling moves, I think Ike's up air is like a 9.75 out of 10 juggling move.
Whoa.
So in that sense, up air is the Ike's best move. It's the move that has the highest ranking out of 10 in its category.
Okay. I can see that.
Yeah.
Because Ike's up air is pretty busted.
It is so much more busted than people realize because it's like you can fast fall and like stretch the hitbox across a big space.
Yeah.
It's got properties.
It's got some properties.
Yeah.
No, I think everyone, like, once you've described that, it all makes sense because it's just, you would take Ike's up air and put it on any other character and you'd go, oh, Jesus Christ.
Wait, what are they? How is that fair?
Yeah, exactly. While his nair is more centralized in his toolkit, it's still, we agree. Mm-hmm. Churupon, when is Ike cosplay coming for top 3 photos? Well, you already do the stance.
Well, I'll do the stance. Maybe I should get the headband.
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe I should. Maybe I will actually do it.
Dude,
I remember Loki did it once and I was like, that looks sick. I want to do that. And then I just didn't.
There is not enough outside of the game. You know what I'm saying? I reckon if you're dressing up as Ike and you're going into a game and you got the headband on and you're ready to go, that's going to spook some people. Some people are going to be like, oh, this guy's for real.
Who the fuck is this guy?
This guy's going to fuck me up. So I think that you should definitely give that a shot.
All right. Okay.
And also, it's pretty fun.
Yeah, and then
I've not done it before.
Hopefully, I do get to make top 3 in that instance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you don't, just hide in like the back of the picture and just angrily stare at the camera. Yeah, you also need a sword. That'll be rough. Your sword is your controller. And the rest of them are 2 or 3 likes, but I mean, we can answer them. Mm-hmm. Swait, do you feel like you figured out the perfect balance between Smash and the other aspects of your life? How difficult was it to find this balance?
I don't think I found the right balance. I think I'm constantly struggling to get the right. Yeah, I feel like it's if I do the extra training session on Tuesday with say Joz or Dave or whoever it is,
something else gets fucked.
Then my girlfriend gets upset. Yeah. She's like, "You're always just at Smash," and then other times if I go, all right, this week I'm just not going to play from Friday FNS and there's nothing on the weekend. Don't do anything till Thursday. I come back so rusty. I feel washed. Yeah. I'm washed. I can't hit a single combo.
I get so angry when I try and get a session with Harry and then we play, but it's on a Thursday and it's like, well, now I can't go to Friday.
Yeah. And it's like
I'm getting pooed on.
Yep. Yeah. So I feel like I found the correct amount of practice. It's now a matter of working that in to the time, but there's the same amount of time every week, so I don't know. It's not possible. That's what my answer to that question.
It's always working on. I feel like as soon as you get your schedule sorted, that's when it gets incredibly boring.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's when you'd be like, wow.
Yeah. I feel like I constantly have something I got to drive to.
Yeah. So it's a constant improvement kind of thing. Mm-hmm. What's your workout routine from Ashley? I mean, you can answer that as a what are some of your favorite sports? I don't know if you go to the gym or anything.
Well, I used to go to the gym a lot, and I used to play A grade NRL for Maroochydore up in the Sunshine Coast.
Hell yeah!
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I played soccer a lot, and now I just play indoor soccer on Mondays.
Nice.
And I know I had a period where I played gridiron. I played heaps of sports. That's just what I used to do.
Yeah.
Then I did my ACL, and then so I just pretty much stopped playing sport, and then. Yeah, now I'm I'm limiting it to touch football type stuff. Yeah. Right now that happens to be indoor soccer, but
you kept saying gridiron and
NRL.
NRL, yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say rugby, but NRL. And I was like, man, those are some taxing sports on your body.
Yeah, they are. And then I did my knee, went back to footy, went back to NRL.
Yeah.
So I was playing that, and then I slipped a disc in my back or something stupid like that. Yeah, and that took a little while to heal. And so now I'm just normal amount of half competitive sport has to be.
But you got to have that competitive spirit
need
exercised somewhere else.
Yeah, and then Smash really fulfills the drive that I once had for those sports.
Right.
But yeah, and then I do want to go back to the gym, but obviously there's no time.
Yeah. Gym's rough.
Yeah. It's just so hard because it's like if you're not seeing like immediate improvements, it's so not motivating.
Yeah.
And it's like I don't know. Back when I was like teenager. Pumping with natural hormones.
It's so easy. Yeah,
you're just like each week just getting stronger.
I feel like my body is having sex when I lift. It's like that. But now it's like I went 3 weeks in a row. I've had a good schedule.
Yeah.
But I really feel like just not going today. I've had like a big day, and then your schedule is ruined, and you don't go for like a week and 2 weeks, and then
and I reckon diet is probably a more important and easier thing to focus on anyway.
Yes.
So I would start with that, and as it is, I don't really. I mean, the ice blocks kind of tell you something.
If you guys are looking to start being more healthy or get the Ari bod, sports help, but diet is more important.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Bro, diet is so hard. What you mean though? It's more important. I didn't say it was easier. Jesus Christ, diet's hard as. Do you know at Aldi they sell those spiced cookies?
No. What?
Oh, the pfeffernuss.
No, what the fuck is the pfeffernuss?
It's probably not what they're pronounced as. But if anyone knows what I'm talking about, yes, thank you. They are too good. And I was talking to my girlfriend about this before because I bought 4 packets of them because as soon as they only come around Christmas time, and I eat the absolute shit out of them. Yeah. and I bought 4 packets as soon as I saw them again, and I went through 4 packets in a week, and I went, oh, this is bad. This is bad. This is not good. And then I was talking to my girlfriend about it, and I was like, I'm not even going to get them. And she's like, why don't you just like buy 4, but you only go through a packet a week?
Never works like that.
Listen here.
Yeah.
This is my self-control right here, right now.
Pfeffernuss. Okay, I need to see that.
Right? That's what it looks like.
They sound good.
They're ridiculously good.
Oh, that's so
But
funny.
don't buy them because it's awful.
Okay.
It's awful the way that you would just
get hooked.
Inhale them.
I'm a fan of the Knoppers. Knoppers? Have you heard that from Knoppers?
Yeah. That's it. I'm bringing one to a Smash. Smash one. I'm bringing one to a Smash tournament, and I'm going to share them, and you guys are going to go, Jesus Christ. Yes.
Oh, I've never had them.
Oh my God.
Oh, okay.
And they look so sexy in the Google
images
they do
right too. Jamie, bring that up.
I think they're like some sort of they're German sweet of some sort.
Those look so good.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll give them a try.
All right. And usually we like to finish at 10, 20, 10, around that time. Mm-hmm. And we also do the Twitch questions. So we'll run through. We're not answering Spazzy's question. Ignore him, but acknowledge that he existed.
Yep. Hey, Spazzy. You exist. And you are valid.
But not... We don't... No, he's not valid. All right, moving on. Okay. All right, so this is the segment that is Twitch questions. I mean, we've been interacting with you like all this podcast, but this is your opportunity. If you didn't get your questions in, you get them in now. Try and make them quick fire because it's hard to keep track of all you guys. Yeah. But yeah, this is where you can interact with us and say hi. If you just want to insult my Zoomerism of not recognizing Pokemon Crystal, you can do that. Or if you want to confirm that I was totally right that this Fever Dream Deer game with the phones is real and we played it, then yeah, you can do that. How did traveling does traveling affect your gameplay? And how do you deal with it? From Gravy Dice. You go from the sunny coast of Brisbane almost every Friday night, and then Saturday morning you are traveling to Brisbane again, or even the Gold Coast.
Okay.
Yeah, this is something that all of the people who live outside of Brisbane, I'm like, Jesus Christ, how do you guys do it?
It's okay, so it's pretty rough. I mean, I definitely have noticed that, like, for example, going to FNS and then going to the Rambat the next day.
That's rough.
I've historically never gone well at a Rambat. I never top 8 at a Rambat for the time that I won the Rambat. And so that it was not obvious to me until, like, a little while ago that that's actually probably affecting... caused by my lack of sleep.
Traveling, yeah.
Yeah, and so, the traveling is what causes the lack of sleep.
Yeah.
So that is probably the main thing. And so pretty much what I would do is, I mean, it sounds kind of wacky, but like in bracket, have cups of tea when I'm tired. to fight that. And so I mean, like, it sounds sort of but
this is where the team meme I've started to hear rumblings of it. It starts to make sense now.
It has qualities. It definitely
it does.
It cuts out the autopilot. If it fights back on the lack of sleep. So yeah.
You can't even like just stay over at someone else's house in Brisbane, really, can you? Because
I know I can.
You got a girlfriend.
No, I can, but it's the reason that I mostly don't is because I give a lift from everyone.
Right.
So I like come down to FNS, go back, pick up people, come back on.
And then we've got like almost an Evo scenario going on.
Yeah.
Where you're like, we'll have to take people and they'll all have to be housed.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like better. I don't know. I would rather bring 4 people with me. And so bring 4 extra people to the tournament, then be like, hey, sorry, you guys got to public transport it. It's just, even though I have had people offer me spaces like Crimson, Julian, he's offered me a spot.
Like,
and so
I'm sorry, I got to take 3 people.
But if there's ever a time where I can, I would like crash at those people. So yeah, I have had people offer, which is awesome.
So listening up, everybody, we need to have 4 people crash at yours, and then we can get it sorted.
Okay.
You going to play Radiant Dawn, Path of Radiance? Are you a big Fire Emblem fan at all?
What's a Fire Emblem?
That's what I was thinking.
No, I'm kidding.
I was like, look, I think like 10% of the people who play Fire Emblem games are big Fire Emblem fans. I mean, the characters are big Fire Emblem fans.
I mean, I didn't know about it. I mean, but I saw someone post something recently. I was considering like going back and just playing the Ike one, just so I can know what it's about. Like, what's the deal? Because
I think he's a baddie.
Is he bad?
Yeah,
no.
I think he is.
Well,
I think he
I'm
betrays.
Bad
he has the chance to betray. Someone correct me on that.
Oh, okay.
Is he a goodie?
He seems so honourable.
He fights for his friends. He's got to be a goodie.
Yeah, but you won't get any sympathy, so I don't know.
Okay, someone told me he was a baddie.
Yeah.
And someone told me that Roy is basically irrelevant.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like in his game.
Oh.
But correct me now, guys.
Yeah, I'd love to know.
What players do you think would be PR if they stopped playing their low tier and picked a high tier?
Well...
Wait, who asked this? Was this...
I don't know who... Yeah, who did ask? Well, I think...
Kajak. Okay.
I think straight up the first person that pops in my mind is Kaidash.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah, I was going to say Kaidash asked this.
Kaidash is like the main person who I think is extremely, like he's clearly extremely smart when it comes to the game. He understands all the frame data aspects of it. He understands what he's supposed to do.
But he plays Kirby.
But then he just but the thing is, I don't know, like at the end of the day, I think if he meshes with that character,
that's the best
he should
choice
stick
for
with
him.
it.
Yeah.
But if this was in the hypothetical, if he changed his character, I think he would definitely see better results. Maybe not though. To be honest, I don't know.
That's the thing. Yeah,
it's not always true.
Yeah,
but I mean, that's the first person that comes to mind when that question is asked. I don't want this to come across as me saying he should change character because genuinely don't know the answer to that question.
Right.
If he should or shouldn't, but I do think that very high chance.
He tried me, Brawler.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Is he still? Are you in the chat, Kaidash?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he is. Do you still play me, Brawler?
He does. Yep. He played into bracket against me recently.
Okay.
Yep.
So he's trying it out.
Yeah.
Like he's trying different things.
Different characters.
One of the things is like, I feel like the way he thinks about the game is smart. That's why you play the Mii Brawler that has like the upper kick, the one that has similar.
Yep. He knows how to.
Kirby.
He knows how to abuse that.
Yeah, because it's like you understand the game in a certain way, and that's like what you said. You're not even sure that if he were to switch champion or characters, it would be a win. So I agree and disagree. Like. Yes, if he did drop Kirby and he was playing Joker and he was just as smart, he'd be pooping on everybody.
Yeah, that is a scary prospect in my head, Kaidash, at the reins of someone like Joker.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But, Kaidash,
at the end of the day...
You do you. Yeah, at the end of the day.
Okay.
Wildermold, how can I find consistent players in my area to train with? Where do you live, Wildermold? Trust me, I'll do this in like 2 seconds.
Yeah?
I don't even know where you live.
Okay, yeah. I don't know how to answer this question.
Really, it's all about like what the fuck is a
Runaway Bay?
The Gold Coast.
Goldie.
Yeah, there's heaps of players in Gold Coast.
What are you talking about? Go to Spamage's house.
Yeah, it exists.
It exists. Yeah, get a car. Then everyone's close. That's the best possible answer I could think of.
Yeah.
Yep. It's I mean, it at the end of the day, it comes down to how much of a priority is it. If you really want to practice, you will find the time. You will find the people who also prioritize it in the same way you do.
You've also got online, and online's a really good tool.
I have no opinions on online because I've played it twice, and I just haven't touched it since. But yeah.
But it's still a good tool. Like I feel like you'll think that Wi-Fi is not a good tool, but then you'll have a Wi-Fi warrior come in and start making waves instantly because they're some of the best adaptive players because they have to play against online people all the time.
Yeah.
And they're also they're crazy good in a bunch of different matchups.
Yeah.
Because they get exposure to a lot of different them. So
Yeah, that's actually that. I feel like that is the one thing I theory crafted about online, but I don't actually know from experience that you get to play all the other characters, right?
So much, yeah. And then, like, there are a lot of players who, like, Pillow Talk are fantastic, outstanding, amazing players, but don't really live near anything. Like, you live in Whoop Whoop, like, awful.
Yeah, awful.
Like, it's like, I don't know why you would live there. But you are a fantastic player, Pillow Talk, and you're constantly doing online play. So, like, yeah, you can still do it. I just didn't think it was that common. Yeah, no. Anyways, Ari, what's your beard grooming routine? Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, well, basically what I do is every 6 weeks when I go for a haircut, I get them to do the thing. They just do the thing with the line where they cut the line. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
They cut the line on your cheek, and then you come out feeling like $1 million. You're
well,
like,
I mean, I don't know what you're talking about because I can't grow a beard.
Yeah.
But, I know, like, when you go to a good barber,
Mm-hmm.
they give you the treatment.
Yep.
They're like hot razoring your face, and they're like, would you like a hot towel? And you're like, yeah. And they're like, do you want a champagne? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Like,
No, they do beer at the one that I go to.
Yeah, there you go.
It's pretty good.
Champagne's more of a hair salons, and I might have exposed myself a little bit, but...
Yeah.
Who's your favorite Pokemon, Ari? You got re-asked this one.
Okay, well, it is literally Charizard. Okay, I don't have to justify it. I just simply like Charizard for some reason.
Everyone can stop being mean to me for being a Zoomer and can start being mean to you for being a normie. We already got Gravy Dice in the chat.
You know what's that? Wait, what? So I'm just not allowed to like him? I don't understand.
Honestly, Charizard's a pretty badass Pokemon.
He's cool.
But that's why you can't like him.
Yeah.
Because he's too bad. Which Charizard? Obviously,
just
like...
The one from Pokemon Red.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That one.
Yeah. That one's the best. Good news, Charizard 4 is coming out soon. Oh, yeah. Apparently, they keep reinventing him all.
Oh. They just renamed him?
I feel like people who get upset at the... It's not rename, it's like they redesign him. He's still the same, but like with significant differences. I feel like the same people who get angry at the Charizard redesigns are the same people who get really mad at the Sonic redesigns.
Oh, right.
While Sonic looked ugly as hell in the movie, people were still getting upset because they're like, they made Sonic's arms blue. They gave him a scarf.
It's like, who cares?
Like, I used to be a Crash fan. I don't mean to dump on what you're doing, but it can get worse. Well, we just did that one. Ari, set the record straight on how to join Piss Gang. Oh, you got a highly demandable gang.
There is a very, very simple route to joining Piss Gang, and it is to come to Piss Gang sessions on Thursday.
Come at Piss Gang sessions.
Yep, come piss at gang sessions. I mean...
so you got coming and pissing.
Coming and pissing at Piss Gang sessions on Thursdays.
Easy peasy.
Yeah, you come on Thursdays, you come down, and then you come with us to FNS or Rambat or whatever.
Yeah.
That is Piss Gang initiation rights.
Which is obviously like somewhere in Caboolture.
Yeah, well, when it's in... So obviously for the Brisbane people, it's only reasonable to come to Joz's place in Caboolture, which is the midway point. So it's like a Burpengary train station, basically.
Yeah.
And then I mean, sometimes Sifo makes it all the way up to mine. So
well, he lives in Redcliffe. So
yep.
It's a little easier.
Yep. So them's is the rules.
That's how you get in.
Mm-hmm.
Easy peasy. No rite of passage except for the coming and pissing part.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What is your favorite curry, and why is it Penang chicken?
Okay, so remember how I was saying how like was really fussy with food?
Yeah.
Okay, so the first time I went out with like a group of people from work when I started working at Gloria Jeans when I was a wee lad.
Yeah.
They took me out to a Thai restaurant and I was like, no, I don't like any food that isn't just my mum's cooking.
Right.
And then they were like, no, have this. They got me a Penang curry. And I had that, and the first time I had it, I was like, just literally fell in love with it.
You had a ratatouille mind blow.
Yep, and I was like, this is literally the best thing I've ever tasted, and nothing will ever taste this good. And I stuck with that forever, and it's my favorite. I like, the kaffir lime leaves.
Yeah.
You know when they're grated onto the curry, and
you
get oh my god, that is like heroin. It's so good. It's like the best thing.
That's like so different to me. I cannot like eat the same thing 5 times in a row. The only thing I can go for is burgers, and I'm even getting sick of chicken burgers.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Chicken burgers are usually the shit, but now I'm like, eh. But yeah, no, Penang curry is pretty good. Do you like vegetable curry?
I've had a like Indian vegetable curry that's good. To me, it's just an inferior version of the one with
Penang
chicken.
Curry.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like good but missing something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel you. Ari, who's your favorite superhero?
I know who asked this question.
Well, you're a normie, so you should be able to say one of them, right?
Yeah, okay. Basically, it's going to be either
If you
Captain
say
America or Superman. Yeah.
Oh my God!
No, come on.
I'm sorry,
Okay,
but you're just writing it yourself.
Let me justify it, okay? Let me explain, okay?
All right.
So, I for some reason, when I was growing up, I really liked the show Smallville.
Right.
I just was
Yeah.
obsessed
No,
with
that was a good
Smallville,
show,
and
fair
I
enough.
really wanted to be that dude. And then I was like, yeah, Superman. Superman's
rad.
the best. And that is basically the dawn of my liking for Superman. And then Captain America, because I just thought Captain America was sick in the very first movie that he was in, whatever that was.
But they're like the main guy.
I know. Okay, but like, why does it have to be niche? Okay, why can't I just be like, I like this dude because I like him?
Because kryptonite is such a stupid weakness.
Yeah, I know, right? It's the dumbest thing.
It's like what-
obviously it doesn't really, like...
Captain America's pretty good, though.
Yeah.
Especially when Captain America, he picked up the Thor's hammer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
He
damn,
is
that was
worthy.
cool.
He
Yeah,
is worthy.
That was pretty rad.
Yeah.
I got to admit. You got him on that.
Yeah.
But Superman's a rough one. I used to have a friend in school who was super obsessed with Superman. And the only reason he really loved Superman is because he was like, Superman could beat anyone up in a fight.
Yeah, exactly. He could... unless they have green kryptonite on them.
Yeah, exactly. That was the thing, right? It was just like, yeah, but you got kryptonite. He loses in the comics to kryptonite. So, I don't know. That's always seemed really dumb to me.
Yep.
Boing boing. Ari, what tea do you drink? Now, this is the red hot question of the minute.
Yeah, it's Dilmah Ceylon. It's the best one. It's just Dilmah tea.
Right?
Just standard Dilmah. It's the extra strong one, obviously. Yeah.
That's what they say in the ads. Right?
Oh, really? And I've just always had the same tea brand.
I went to a Dilmah tea plantation.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So I saw like the ad like 50 times.
You went to India?
in a row. Yeah.
Oh, sick.
I'm a well-traveled man. You'd be so surprised. But yeah, no, I went there and they had so many ads, and I've gotten the Dilmah stuck in my head. It's just like really deep voice guy who goes Dilmah. Yeah, and the tea they make there is obviously the best thing I've ever tasted in my life.
Yeah, it's the best tea. Like, better than Twinings, better than...
Any English breakfast just pisses me off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you like Earl Grey?
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, Earl Grey is my second favorite. Yeah.
Fair enough. Ari, push any cops lately from Weeb? What the kind of question?
I'm not explaining that.
All right, we'll move on from that one. Ari gave me a look, and we're moving on. Diddy Kong Racing side bracket at Rambat. Oh, yeah.
Yes? Hell yeah.
So this is the old Diddy Kong Racing that looks like it's made out of paper, right? Like someone...
No, it's like it's Mario Kart era. It's the same, Mario Kart 64 era.
Yeah, but that also doesn't look good.
No, it does. It does. You got to give it a chance. You just kind of got to look past the oldness of it. It's good. You're thinking of Mario Kart, Super Mario Kart on the NES.
No,
that
I'm
looks
thinking of Diddy Kong Racing.
No, Diddy Kong Racing with like...
It does not look good.
It looks fine.
It has been... like objectively, like just absolutely.
But the music and it has...
Okay, it might have good music. I
Yeah.
don't listen to the music very much, but like Diddy Kong always has really reliable music.
Yep.
We'll upscale it anti-aliasing or whatever. How
Yeah.
you pronounce that?
See?
That'd be good.
Yep.
And just
Verse knows where it's at.
it won't. I'm sorry, guys. As someone who's an elitist about Crash Team Racing, I cannot give Diddy Kong Racing any props.
Mm-hmm. You can't?
No.
Okay, fair enough.
What are the mechanics in Diddy Kong Racing?
You can, like, okay, so you know Mario Kart 64? How you
Yeah.
can get, like, the item and it's random?
Yeah.
In Diddy Kong, there's the balloons,
Yeah.
which is the equivalent of the items.
But they have something
colored.
attached.
They're coloured. And so the red one will get you a bullet, the blue one will get you a boost, green one will get you something you can drop. But then they stack. So say I get one red balloon, but I hold it. And if I grab another red balloon, it'll turn to a heat seeker. If I grab a third one, it'll turn into 10 bullets.
Ah.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
And then, like, it's got the sliding, but no boost sliding.
Yeah, okay.
But then it's got, like, a couple of things. Like, you can let go of the accelerator before you go over a boost that's on the ground and get a super boost.
Are there shortcuts and stuff?
Yep. All the same. Yeah. It's better than Mario Kart 64.
I'm not a real big Mario Kart fan.
Oh.
Crash Team Racing has this mechanic where while you're sliding, you have a little meter
Yeah?
that if you click the meter
Yep.
at a certain time, you get a boost.
Yep.
You can store that boost because it gives you more than the boost is actually worth. And you can do it 3 times,
Yep.
and then your slide will just be a slide.
Okay.
But while you click it, you're constantly boosting, right?
Oh, okay.
And then you can build up reserves of this boost. And at a certain point, you can go over a boost pad, which gives you like mega boost.
Yeah?
And you can just mega boost through an entire map.
Oh, But in versus mode?
In versus mode, using the reserves and constantly sliding.
Is that like the top level strategy? Like at the end of the day, top level world record time trial, will they have used that?
Yeah, I mean, you can look up like the maps
Yep.
and like look up somebody doing it. It's actually really entertaining to watch. It's like super satisfying to see somebody do it. And you go crazy fast and do stuff. The worst part about Crash is the items, though. I like that item's idea that it's not random.
Yep.
First of all, that's really good.
Yep.
And second of all, that you can stack them. That's really cool.
Yeah, that's one thing I love about it.
Yeah. Anyways, Joz says, what is your least favorite Smashism, such as pretending you read an option when you actually did a random move?
I think... okay. It is when you... Okay, say I hit somebody with like a back air or whatever. No. Better example would be side B, right? I hit them with a fully charged side B and they die off the top.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, you DI'd in. And they go, no, I didn't. And they show you that they were DIing out. And you're like, I know, I've seen this move hit 1,000 times.
It's my main!
You DI'd in. That one does my head in because I'm like, no, trust me. I know what your DI was. I saw it.
Some players, you'll be like, this is how you beat that. And they go, that's what I'm doing. And you just go,
well, you're not.
Fuck you then. Just suck it up. Like, you can keep doing the same thing.
Yep.
Same with Palu down. So, Cat, please, I love you, but stop preaching CTR.
Okay. Yeah. I understand where he's coming from.
All right. I'm sorry. Idento, is Superman your favorite superhero because you relate to him as an alien hiding along? Jesus Christ.
He has accused me twice now of being an alien, and he says that nothing I have done will prove that I'm not.
Well, we used to think Jace was a vampire, and I even started a document just collecting evidence about like moments that I was like, man, this is pretty fishy, all things considered. So maybe someone start a document about Ari's an alien. We can build that up. But what kind of things do you do that are alienish besides like not eat burgers and pizza and
I don't know.
all of your food habits?
He hasn't quite explained it to me. He just says just general.
By how normie some of your opinions are, I can see that it's like you're an alien that like got told like Superman's going to be your favorite hero because it's the most popular hero. Also, you know, you're gonna know 5 games because that's all we can teach you about.
Yeah.
And also, like that seems like very alien-esque, but I think there needs to be more evidence. Who do you think Ben should main now that he's discussed swapping mains? Bowser.
Ooh. Oh yeah, I think it should stay Bowser for sure. I mean, unless he thinks that that's not going to work long term, but I don't know. Ben just suits heavies, doesn't... I'm pretty sure he's not keen on playing like Lucina or something like that.
A lot of people say Joker because it's like Smash for Cloud.
Oh, is Joker like that?
Well, it's like it's sort of like that in the way that you've got the pre-Joker, which is like an inferior version of the
big daddy one.
Yeah, the Arsene guy with the buddy.
Yeah.
So that's like the...
Oh, Limit. Yeah,
it's like Limit in that sense. And then you get like super powered.
Yeah,
and so he likes that.
That would, I mean, if we're in the hypothetical of saying Ben should pick a different character, I mean, I could totally see him playing Joker, and actually, that would be fucked.
It would be a little bit, right?
Because I don't know, when I think about Bowser, it's like I'm playing against Ben, and it's terrifying when he's in advantage. But then when you do get him in disadvantage, it's like no matter how good Ben is, he's still going to get slapped around. Yeah, so you have your opportunity.
And Ben played a bit of Bowser in 4 as well.
Did he?
Like, yeah, because especially he used to play Cloud against Boozer.
Yeah.
And then he was getting like beaten because he would like, and he was having fantastically fun games with Boozer and getting and losing a little bit.
Yep.
And so I feel like he sort of fell in love a little bit there because he really enjoys the game. If you talk to Ben about Joker, he likes Joker because it is like Cloud.
Yep.
But if you talk to Ben about Cloud, he didn't really enjoy Cloud as much in 4 as you might think.
Right, he just played Cloud because
he wanted to win.
Right, okay.
And it might be the same with Joker. I'm not sure though.
Yeah.
We should all just like constantly pressure him until he's unhappy.
Yeah, make him feel insecure about his decisions.
Exactly. So everyone get on that. Gravy Dice, what position did you play in rugby league and soccer?
In rugby league, I originally played second row, but then I ended up moving to fullback.
Was that after the ACL? Or?
No, that was before. And so I played fullback for... ages, and then when I moved up, so that was in school, like all through like under 18s and whatever.
Yeah.
Then when I started playing A grade, I moved out to the wing because that was my best spot. And in soccer, when I was younger, I always played like front striker, like just striker. Right. That was like the strongest spot. But then as when I was younger, I used to just outrun people.
So you go midfield.
But then later, like when I played soccer later on, I realized like I'm fine with scoring goals. I'm okay at that, but I'm actually good at defense, reading the way they're trying to get around you. For some reason, that's what I'm better at. So
that's like one of the only things that you haven't stuck to one thing the entire time.
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's weird how those two things swapped.
Yeah.
Like how it's like, yeah.
No, I've played like every position.
Oh, you played?
I played like for 7 years.
Soccer?
Yeah, soccer.
Oh, what position?
I played
every position.
Mostly midfield.
Yeah.
But I ended up on defense as well for a lot of the same reason, because like you'll see like what's going on, especially once you've got experience. It's like you can read what's going on, and then be like, all right, I know where to be.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas to maintain being like a striker, it's like much more.
Striker's like super frustrating. If people don't, a lot of people might not play soccer, but you're up there, and then it's a team sport, so you're waiting for the ball sometimes.
Yeah.
And you're just like.
You can't do. Yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to get the play sorted, and then you're just like playing through other people. Anyways, we got more questions, guys. We've run out.
Yeah. Out of questions.
Well, it is 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
So I'll probably have to get home. I've got work in the morning.
Yeah, I also have work in the morning, and I got to drive back to the coast.
Yeah. Jeez. All right. Yeah. We got to get you home. All right. So everybody, absolute last second to ask a question. But if not, I'm going to start saying goodbye. Ari, it's been a pleasure to have you on.
It's been super fun.
Yeah. We'll obviously have you on sometime in the future when we're on like 78.
Yeah.
Quote me on that, because yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
78 can be yours.
Yeah.
No questions. Everyone wants to go home, have a sleep. They all care about you.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. So we'll head out. Next time we're on, we're going to have me and like my leg. I'm just going to cut my leg off at the knee, and I'm going to have like the blood sounds, like an ASMR, just going through the microphone. And then I'm going to try and talk to my leg until I run out of blood.
And just see how long that lasts.
Yeah, and start passing out. But for like a good 5 minutes, you guys are going to have me with passing out, low blood delusions. So let's get used to it.
I'll be listening.
Yeah, we'll all be listening to that. It's going to be an excellent experience. All right, so I love you all.
All right, thanks, guys.
See you all
See ya.
next time.
Bye.